So I wanted to do a quick little impromptu live here on YouTube and on Instagram. I just wanted to hang out with y'all. So tomorrow is Veterans Day. God bless our vets. And luckily I have the day off work. So I figured there's less pressure. I could stay up a little bit later. Doesn't feel as much of a school night as a usual Monday night. Welcome, Kat. Thank you for joining. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a quick impromptu haul and hang out and chat about any last minute things that we might be grabbing in these final hours of the sale. So I have a box here with some of the things that I have hauled thus far. I will leave my affiliate link to shop here pinned, hopefully, in the description on YouTube and on Instagram. I am streaming live on Instagram and on YouTube, so let's get into it, shall we? Hopefully y'all see the shop my link pinned. And thank you so much for shopping my links if you are shopping. And yeah, so let's get into these perfumes. I picked up these two perfumes, but honestly, I think I might return them. I don't know. I ended up also picking up the Killian, the new one, and because I love, or is it the Killian, I love the Angel Share perfumes, and I have the prior two versions, so I picked up that new one that just came out that supposedly has like a more citrus top note. But yeah, I was tempted by these, but I don't know, they're not really like hitting, so I don't know. I usually don't return perfumes. These were blind buys. They smell good, but I'm just not like super impressed by them. So we'll see about that. I did pick up a couple of SPFs. If you're shopping this sale, I'd love to know what you picked up. So I have the Tower 28 SPF, and then I have the Dr. Idris SPF. So I picked up both of these SPFs, and I've already tried both of them. I do like them. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I've just tested them out like once or twice. So, yeah, so far so good. And yeah, the perfumes that I picked up, one is from Gucci. It's Gucci Flora. It's the Intense. And it says you can refill it with the refill sold separately. That's pretty cool. It doesn't have the notes, but I recall it having certain notes that like intrigued me, like salted pistachio. It smells good, but I don't know about like if the lasting power is like as good as it claims to be. Hello, everybody new that's joining. Please go ahead and like the live if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Ooh, Kat says she picked up way too much and not enough at the same time. I feel you, girl. I feel you to my core. Hello, everybody that's new. Please tell me where you're watching from. Thank you so much for the compliments. Prada Paradox is the Radical Intense. I have the previous two Prada perfumes, and I do like them. I just feel like this one is like a little bit too similar. Like it kind of reminds me of the other two that I have, so I'm not sure how much I need them. I'm not really a promoter. Hey, Amber, how's it going? Hello. Hi, Raj. Hi, everyone that's joining. Hi, Andre. Hi, Fernando. Ciao. Yeah, so a whole collection. So Gucci and Prada have other perfumes. Yeah. So you can see some of the ones that I have on rotation behind me. I kind of rotate the ones that are on display back there. Hello, Miguel. And, yeah, so they just added these two to their line. So I think these are both newer. So yeah, that's fun. And Okay, like I said, the 2 SPFs I picked up, so far so good. It's always good to kind of stock up on some SPF during the sale. So those were my picks for this season. I picked this up, which is the Touchland Power Mist Trio. I love these Touchland hand sanitizers. I know they're kind of bougie and unnecessary to have. They're like 10 bucks each, but this is a trio. And if you pick them up on sale, even better, right? I get 20% off. So if you have an account at Sephora, you can have 10, 15, or 20% off, but it's only till midnight tonight. So that's why I wanted to hang out with y'all live in case y'all wanted to make any last minute purchases. I really do appreciate shopping through my affiliate links if you do. But yeah, you love the Gucci, says Connie. It smells so clean. It does smell good. I don't have any complaints about the way these smell. It's just that I'm not sure if, like, you know, they have enough throat. I like to be like smell myself like all day. Amber says, I didn't pick up any fragrance because they normally do a separate fragrance sale. I focus on a few limited edition kits. That's smart. That's true. They do usually do a separate fragrance sale. So it's not your final chance to grab fragrance. And I think they do like a separate 20% off like all fragrances, right? So yes, Mad Hatter, I love you too. So yeah, I love these Touchland hand sanitizers. I feel so bougie and fancy pulling one of these out, especially when I'm at work in court. They smell so good. They make my, thank you, Frankie. They make my hands smell really good. And I just, yeah, I highly recommend them. I'm trying to pin that Shop My link, and I'm just not being able, I guess I'm not figuring out how I can do it, but I do have Dior perfume. I have the, thank you for asking, I have the Bloom Bouquet Dior perfume. I have 2 Dior perfumes, actually I can show you. Yeah, these are the 2 Dior perfumes that I have. This one's alcohol free, so when I was on Accutane, because I had really dry skin at the time, I didn't want to put any alcohol perfume with alcohol in it on my skin. And so that's why I got this alcohol free one by Dior. It smells really good. And then I have this one by Dior, Blooming Bouquet, which smells really lovely and fresh, and it's on the lighter side. So if you don't want anything super intense, but you want it to like kind of be clean and floral, Blooming Bouquet is a really nice one. Yes, mixed together, Leisha. That's a good idea. I haven't tried that yet, but that's a good point. Thank you for the idea. You've been dying for that? Yeah, so I love talking about perfume and fragrances. Do I have something for males, Tanuj? Well, yeah, I mean, I really do love the Dior perfume for males. They have a really nice one. I like Chanel perfume too for a male scent, so I highly recommend checking those out. And yeah, those are the 2 that come to mind off the top of my head. So yeah, so these Touchland hand sanitizers are limited edition. So once they're gone, you know, if you're into these scents, I highly recommend them. I even picked up a second one to gift because I thought that, you know, the price was right. So I got 20% off of these, and I think that they're priced at 30 bucks, 10, 20, 30. So either 30 or 25 bucks, actually. It might be 25 bucks because it's like a trio. But if you buy them separately, I think they're $10 each. So you get in this set peppermint mocha, cinnamon gingerbread, and spiced pumpkin teeny. So thank you so much for subscribing, Ryan. Everybody, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you're not already. Let me know where you're watching from. All right, so those are the Touchland hand sanitizers, and like I said, I got a second set to gift. You know, these make really great like white elephant gifts. So you're not going to see it in this haul right now, but in the orders that I actually placed last minute today, I was more so checking stuff out for like White Elephant that I can gift. So like check out, if you're a dude, Jack Black. Hey Stacy, Jack Black has really great gift sets right now. I have 5 brothers, so I and my dad, who I give a Christmas gift to. So hopefully they're not watching this live, because I got them this really nice little $25 Jack Black set. I have a lot of brothers, so a $25 gift for each of them is, you know, more than enough. 2 of which have birthdays in December. My mom's birthday's in November, so there's just like a lot of people to be gifting stuff to this season. So that's why I love those like gift sets, because if they're already priced really great, and then on top of that, if you can get a discount, even better. So Kat says all the Touchland sets have about $5 to $15 more in value than what you're paying for even without the sale. Thank you for that. Kat is our makeup encyclopedia here. So yeah. What's my favorite makeup brand, Casey? Thank you for the question. That's a really, really tough one. There's so many makeup brands that I love, and there's so many products from different brands that I love, that it's really hard for me to answer like one brand only that I would pick if I had to pick one. So it's just too difficult for me. I'm sorry, I can't decide right now off the top of my head. Yeah. So you love Touchland too? So do I. I got 2 of the fall sets and 5 of the bestseller sets. I have every time Touchland comes out with a new scent. Good night, Douglas. I have to get it because they're that good, y'all. Like, it's just so nice. It has such a nice mist, and like I said, they always smell really good. I always get like heads turning when I pull these out. Like, it just smells really good, and like it's just really nice to just like mist your hands out in public. So anyway, okay, an eyeshadow brush, or a synthetic foundation brush that I picked up is the Sephora 40. Y'all know how many brushes I have, right? Like, I am a avid brush collector. I love brushes, but as much as I love my natural haired handmade Japanese brushes, okay, I still love me a good synthetic brush. And I actually picked up another brush too that I don't have yet. It hasn't arrived because I do all my shopping online, but it's one that's more geared for concealer. I think it's actually marketed as a large eyeshadow brush, but thank you so much, Bryant, for the compliment on my eyes. But I purchased it to use as a concealer brush, so that is yet to come in. Maybe I'll do like a part 2 to this if y'all are interested, even though the sale is going to be over. But this one is a nice triangle shape. It's synthetic, so I really love it for my foundation. So it's really like nice to get into that triangle is nice to kind of get into like the smaller crevices. It's nice and soft. It's dense enough, but it's not too dense. I've already used it a couple times. It's also really great for blush. It's also really great for like cream bronzer, cream contour. You could literally do it all with this brush. I even envisioned myself like using this to pack powder on underneath my eyes. Stacy says everyone's talking about that brush. I think it might be like a newer brush. Maybe that's why. But yeah, I've seen people use it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get it. Nikki LaRose also released one recently that reminds me. It's like a similar triangle shape. Her bristles are like a little bit longer and it looks like it's just slightly different in shape. Like it's like a little bit narrower like this. So I was even tempted to pick that one up. But like I said, I've said it on here before that whenever you're buying synthetic brushes like this, I highly recommend picking them up on sale. Because full price, it just, in my opinion, you're just like overpaying. But like during the Sephora sale, anything that is Sephora brand, you get at 30% off. So to me, it ends up being worth it. And even BK Beauty has sales where you can shop their brushes up to 30% off. And that's when I would say that those brushes are worth it. That's where I personally pick up mine. And I have almost every BK Beauty brush because I truly do enjoy the brushes. I just think that they're a little bit overpriced at full price because they're just, you know, machine made synthetic brushes. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, please be nice and respectful in the chat, okay? I don't like to censor anybody because I like everybody to be able to speak their mind on here per our First Amendment right here in the United States. Once again, happy Veterans Day to our vets tomorrow who fought and died for our constitutional rights. I'm a true constitutional advocate, but please do not infringe on anybody else's right to enjoy this live. Okay? Perfect. The temptation after I have just said I'm not buying any more brushes. I know, I'm sorry. I did send a pretty penny after your live yesterday. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to tell me which ones you ended up picking up, LJ. I hope I'm addressing you by the right name. If you have a different name, please let me know. But I would love to know which brushes you ended up picking up, and let me know if you end up enjoying them. If anybody's curious about the makeup look I did today, I'm still recovering from my chemical peel. So I've been wearing, I'm not even wearing, hi Locke, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the super chat. That just made my day. You are so sweet. Thank you. I love you. She said, I finally caught a live. Busy life, busy season, but grateful. Thank you so much for your support. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm super excited that you were able to make a live today. I know as a nurse you have a crazy schedule. You love my vampire nails. Thank you so much. Nail polish is Mooncat per usual, and the color is Bootlegger. They just had a big 20% off sale, so this is one of the picks that I purchased. I don't have an affiliate link for Mooncat, unfortunately. They should give me a link at this point because I like speak about Mooncat as if they sponsor me, but they're just my favorite nail polish. Thank you, Newton. I'll take that as a compliment about my voice. My name is Noelle. If you're new here, nice to meet you. Apparently Tati's brushes are hand assembled, but she hasn't really said a lot other than that. Yeah, Amber, I heard her talk about her brushes, like she refers to them as being handmade. They're from China. I can assure you that they're handmade from China. And so like not to like talk shit on China, but like the best brushes come out of Japan, okay, period, hands down. So like all of these machine made synthetic brushes are, I'm sure, from China. This one says it's manufactured in Paris, France. But sometimes they can be sneaky. Like, what does manufactured mean? You know what I mean? Like, this says this brush is vegan. The bristles are made of synthetic hair. More sustainable approach. Like, sometimes they get their parts out of one country and then have them assembled out of a different country so they can get sneaky about it. So, yeah, okay, so see, it still says made in China. So, like, this one could very well be hand bundled in China. But, like, at the end of the day, like, the quality is a lot lower when you're getting it even handmade in China than you are whenever anything is handmade from Japan. So that's why I'm such a big advocate of handmade Japanese brushes, because you can get a lot of better quality brushes made in even hand bundled in Japan, and even great synthetic brushes hand bundled in Japan for a really great price. And I don't know, I just feel a little bit morally better about spending my money in Japan than giving it to China personally. Oh, thank you so much, Sonia. You're so sweet. Good to see you. How are you? But I was just going to run through my makeup look that I did today, y'all. So I was mentioning that I'm still recovering from my chemical peel, so I can't use any foundation. But I've been wearing, I applied the little bit of makeup that I have on this morning at 7 a.m. and I haven't touched up at all other than putting a little bit of lip balm on my lips because I ate, and so my lip combo all dried out. But these are actually a couple of lip balms that I'm loving. So if you're looking for a good lip balm in these final hours of the Sephora sale, yesterday during my live, I was wearing this Edam gloss in Burnt Mai Tai, and I used a little bit of this on top of my lip combo. I used Chanel Boy today, along with an Izumea. It was like a cooler tone. I think it was the shade Tonka. It's like a cooler tone brown. Love that. You can still see a little bit. This is what I mean about these like wooden, I love these lip liners by Isabella. Like even though they're not like those like super long lasting advertised like lip liners, they still last a really long time. Like that little bit right there on top of my lip that I haven't actually wiped off has stayed on since this morning. I ordered another Makeup by Mario lip liner. Y'all know how much I love these, and I know Mario a lot of times has his own sales on his website for more than the sales going on right now at Sephora. But I think I got mine in the shade like Dusty Nude. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for lip liners, and I did not need more, but I'm always like on the hunt for the perfect lip liner tone. But then I have like, you can't see it anymore, but a little bit of Chanel Boy. And then I just touched it up right now with this lip balm by Summer Fridays. This one smells delicious. I hope that this one's still available. I don't know if it was a limited edition flavor, but it's in the shade Hot Cocoa. So it has like a brown tint to it. And it literally smells like hot cocoa. Delicious. Yeah, I have a sweet tooth, so I do like cupcakes. Thank you, Karen, for the compliment on my lips. Yeah. Hi, Mila. So yeah, I agree about Japan, says Amber. Thank you for that. You don't always have to agree with me. I welcome differing opinions. But it sounds like you can relate to what I'm saying. You're getting my vibe. You're picking up what I'm putting down, Amber. Natural and synthetic brands, synthetic blends, but made in Meritus. I'm curious. So, and then I just have this, okay, so on my eyelids, look, they're not even creasing. And y'all, I have oily eyelids. So let me show you what I have on my eyelids right now, what I did today. Because some of these things you can purchase right now on sale at the Sephora sale. Hey, Linz. So, okay, I took this Merit Solo Shadow. Love these. Okay, you can get these on Sephora right now on sale. I have a lot of shades. And I love these as like a one and done. So this is a typical look that I wear to work. So I was in court. I'm actually in the middle of a jury trial. So I was in front of a jury speaking and jury selection, you know, presenting evidence all day today. And this is the makeup look I rocked. I wasn't unfortunately able to wear foundation or concealer because of the chemical peel situation that I just did. So right now I just have a tinted SPF on my face, and that's really it. I kind of cheated a little bit and put on this NARS. I love this NARS. Highly recommend this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Okay. I have it in the shade Ginger and Custard, and I was so tempted to pick up another shade in the sale. The shade, I'm eyeing the shade Macadamia. But I have this little like Kolinsky brush from Hakuhodo. And I could also do this with the Tenseido KQ12S that y'all know I love. But I just took a little bit of this concealer. And this is why I love Kolinsky hairs, because they're so soft, but they're so great at applying creams and liquids as well. And I literally just color corrected a tiny bit under my eyes where I didn't put the chemical peel on. And right here I did apply the chemical peel, but I still cheated and just put like, you know how sometimes we get a little bit of discoloration around our mouth. So that's literally all I did. And then I took a little bit of this Westman Atelier. My esthetician said not to wear any powder. But I had to cheat just a little bit because I'm in trial. So I just feel like extra, like self-conscious of my skin. I took this brush that I raved about in my video yesterday. So on Fude Bobo, you can get all the brushes pretty much on her website except Bisciotto at 20% off. And I've left the link right here in the comments. And if you're watching on Instagram, you can shop through my link in bio. Some of my favorite handmade Japanese brushes are on sale right now for 20% off. And this is one of them. This one's by the brand Number 8. And this one's the large eye brush. So this one you can buy individually, but there's also multiple that come in a set. I love it because it's Canadian Squirrel and Goat. And I also love it because like you can use it as a large eye brush, or you can use it as like, you know, pinpoint setting powder. So right now that I couldn't like pack on powder all over my face like I usually do, I took this Westman Atelier powder. I have it in the shade, well, I have a couple shades in this powder. I have the yellowy one as well, but this one is Pink Bubble, so it like slightly color corrects. And this one's nice because it's a talc free, it's like a clean formula. It's very lightweight, so I would highly recommend this if you have you know, like concerns with wrinkles or dry skin or mature skin. This one's a really lovely powder. The packaging is luxe. It's heavy. It has a beautiful mirror in it. It almost feels like a paperweight, but it's so beautiful to like just, it's such a treat to use every time. And I've also raved about the cream highlighters that come in this formula, but I took this big powder brush right here and I just like tapped into this and I just kind of like lightly, very lightly kind of hit the T-zone. So I'm not really, like I said, supposed to wear any makeup, but that's like all that I was able to put on my face today. And then I love this big, so this brush is available on the Fude Bubble website. I don't need much. I'm a natural beauty, says Brian. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet. You subscribed, Megan. Thank you. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. My skin is stunning, says Stacey. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually like a lot more comfortable rocking my skin without any makeup right now than ever, even though it's like really dry and like peeling because of that like chemical peel, obviously. All of like the laser work and everything that I've been doing the past like few months have my skin looking like really good, like even better than it did before, despite like all this peeling. So I'm like really happy about it actually. But this large brush that's available, excuse my dogs, I think they're getting freaked out because they hear an ambulance outside, and ambulances for whatever reason get my dogs all riled up. I have 3 dogs if y'all didn't know. So shh, thank you. This one's by Huda, and I think it's listed as like a tea squirrel or pine squirrel and weasel mix. It's a very unique mix. It's soft, but it's resilient, and look at that snap that it has to it. I can see I'm getting on a rabbit hole and talking about brushes because like I just love brushes so much, but I highly recommend picking this one up. I dipped into this Merit Solo Shadow in the shade Studio, available at Sephora right now on sale in the final hours. Just tell them we're busy, okay, says Justin. I know, right? Thank you, Chrisette, for liking and subscribing. Yes, it's just a whisper of makeup, Justin. Thank you, Paolo, for telling me I have beautiful eyes. That weirdo Emma, thanks for asking the type of dogs I have. I have 2 poodle mixes and a Pomeranian that happened to fall in my lap. I was never my plan to be the crazy dog lady with 3 dogs, but alas, here we are. So this brush is so great because I'm like, you know, in a rush, you want a one and done eyeshadow. I swiped this all over my eye and it just gives such an even application. When I used it this morning, I'm like, wow, I need to use this brush more. Like I forgot how good this is. And like I said, because of that like snap and resilience, it really picks up these like cream shadows really nicely. So if you're one to even like dip into these like NARS concealers and kind of give yourself a nice like base or carve out your brows, or even it's a nice one to spread out your concealer. This mix of hair, and like I said, these are natural hand bundled brushes made from Japan. I really love the sleek feel of the matte handle. So it's a nice long handle. I love the black contrast of the kanji letters on it. So check this one out by Huda if you're still shopping the Fude Bubble sale, which goes till December 3rd. So if you hit the $1,000 threshold, she'll cover tariffs for you. And then on top of that, I kind of wanted to give like a little something on the lid without doing too much. So I just took this Chanel Solo. This one's not available on Sephora, unfortunately, but you can shop Nordstrom. This one's in the shade 238 Quartz Fume. I think this one's the one I used. Was it this one? No. I love Quartz Fume. But the one I used today was this one, which was Talpa 14, which is a satin. But I use these interchangeably. This one just has like a hint of like an olivey green. So this one reminds me of that shadow in the Makeup by Mario palette, which you can buy on sale right now at Sephora. I've been so tempted to grab that Makeup by Mario palette and I've held off because I'm like, I don't need it. And this solidifies the fact that I don't need it because look at that beautiful olive green shade. Like that is so stunning. I love these Chanel Solo shadows. And when I use this brush, so I just wiped off the Merit cream shade that I used underneath and I dipped into this baby and I got a really nice even application with this brush and just like swiped it on my eyelid. And this is the result. And look, y'all, it hasn't even creased. It has not budged all day. And I have super oily eyelids. And like I said, I walked my dogs for like almost 2 miles. I've had a really, really long day at work. So, and then I just took this palette. I highly recommend grabbing right now on sale at Sephora. This is the Natasha Denona. There's 2 different colorways. I have the soft one. Then she has the dramatic one as well. But these shadows, they are stunning. I just love the creaminess of them. I have a problem where I have like a slight like hood to my eyes. So sometimes if I just do a kohl eyeliner, it'll transfer to my upper eyelid. And even if it takes a while for me to do that, and later on I look in the mirror and I'm like horrified by the transfer, I am really surprised that right now I'm like looking and I'm not seeing any transfer. And that's because of the way that I did this. So I just took a combination of these darker shades right here. I love these shadows because they're like creamy powders. And thank you so much, Rosa, for the compliment telling me I'm pretty. Brian says, I think I can sell anything. Thank you. I didn't even use eye primer, Rosa. That's the thing. Like, I just used this Merit Studio as my eye primer. And then I just put the Solo Shadow by Chanel on top. And usually I need to use eye primer in order to prevent creasing. And sometimes I've used eye primer and it still has creased more than this combination has creased. So I just took this little tiny Hakuhodo brush. This is a horse brush. I love it because it's such a cute little detail brush. It's so soft. And it's angled and precise. This is the J163 HSH. And you can really just take any small little detail brush. But anyway, I took these darker shades right here, just like a combination of these deeper too. And of course, always happy to help. And I literally just tapped really close right here to the outer like third of my lash line. And I flicked it out to do this little wing. It's so much easier to do wings when you're using these shadows. And look, it doesn't budge. It did not budge all day long. So that was like my little wing. And y'all know I love Lashify eyelashes. I do these cluster lashes at home myself. I have tons of videos here on my YouTube channel if you want to refer to how I do my lashes at home. It's an at-home DIY lash extension system that I'm obsessed with. So those are the eyelashes that I have on my top eyelids. And then let me see if I can grab. Okay, so for my bottom lash mascara, I usually do the Hourglass Caution Instant Extensions mascara. It's a tubing mascara. You can grab this one on sale right now at Sephora. I love me a good tubing mascara because it does not bleed, flake, budge, transfer. So especially for the bottom eyelashes, I love this one. And mind you, by the way, too, I also dragged a little bit of like the same exact thing that I did on top on my lower lash line. I kind of just like smoked it out a little bit, but I did the same thing. And then I didn't really do anything on my waterline, even though it kind of looks like I did. So I think I just got like really close up against my lash line with this little, that's why it's good to have those little tiny precise detail brushes, because you can get like super close to your lash line, especially if you have sensitive eyes and your eyes don't really tolerate having eyeliner in the waterline, or like it makes your eyes kind of like water. That's why I like having those little tiny detail brushes and just smudging in a little bit of eyeshadow like really close, like right in between. You kind of can wiggle into the eyelashes. So I love like little brushes like this. And iHodo has one on sale at the Foodie Bubble website for 20% off that I would highly recommend too. I showcased it in my video yesterday. So highly recommend this mascara if your bottom lashes always smudge and you want to avoid that raccoon eyes. And I also love how tubing mascaras come off really easily with warm water. But today I wanted to switch it up and try this Rare Beauty mascara to see if I would recommend it to y'all. Because Rare Beauty has one of my absolute top favorite eyebrow gels. And right now at the Sephora sale, you can pick up a gift set with a full size of the Rare Beauty eyebrow gel with a little mini size in this mascara. So I use this mascara, like I said, today all day, and look, you don't see any smudging or flaking. Even today that I didn't do like my usual bake, so I was kind of afraid of it transferring. And like I said, I didn't have to touch it up or anything, so I kind of wanted to test this out for y'all before I like knew whether to recommend it for sure. The reason I love having these little like mini size mascaras around is not only for you to like try a new mascara, because you know you don't really want to have a bunch of different mascaras open at once, but these are really great for travel. I love throwing these in my makeup bag, and that way I don't have to travel with something like big and bulky. So that's my recommendation for a non-waterproof mascara, non-tubing mascara, and then the Hourglass tubing mascara. So those have been the ones I've been using. Thank you so much, T-Rex. I know, Amber, just try to ignore them. I don't even get offended anymore. You know, I just kind of expect it. But thank you, girl. I'm kind of cute, just too loud, says Sleeve. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So that's what I have on my eyes right now. So I just kind of wanted to go through that real quick. And then let's keep it pushing with the rest of my haul. If I don't clean up as I go, I'm going to just like end up with too much right here in front of me. So I picked up this new Gucci powder. So I already have the other Gucci powder. And so I had been wanting to hold off on this one, but I ended up pulling the trigger because I just couldn't help it. So the previous version of the Gucci powder is this one in this packaging. So you can see the inside just says Gucci. It doesn't have like that fancy star that you're going to see what I mean when I open this one. I know a lot of people like to censor a lot of their chats, like any like mean comment, and they're like blocked. I'm just not that way. I like to just like give everybody freedom of speech here. Unless you're like spamming the chat or being really inappropriate and violating YouTube guidelines, that's when you'll get muted. But you know, please just be respectful in the chat so we don't have to mute you. Anyway, I had to pick up the new version of the Gucci powder. So you can see that the inside is different and it has like those rays. And I was just curious, y'all. I was just curious. And like, I'm such a sucker for the Gucci packaging. I have 3 of their bronzers because I not only love the Gucci bronze. So if you're looking for a good bronzer to pick up on sale in these final hours of the Sephora sale, hopefully if you're watching on the West Coast, because if you're in the East Coast, that probably is already over for you. So, or, you know, if you've racked up enough points and you want to use like your points for $10 off your order, you know, and then also like Amber mentioned, sometimes Sephora does like follow-up sales too, to the VIB sale, and kind of, in years past, they don't do it every year, but in years past, like shortly after the VIB sale, they'll do like one day where everybody, has access to 20% off, but it's like a one-time purchase only. So just keep an eye out. Yeah, but they definitely do like a separate fragrance sale for sure every year. So in the older version of the powder, I have shade 3. And in the new version of the powder, I just wanted to pick up shade 1. So I kind of justified it that way to myself, that they're at least different shades. This is the difference in the shades. But I was just so curious to see like how they differed. Even swatching them right now, I can already kind of like feel a difference. This one, the new one by Gucci, is being marketed as a matte powder. So maybe it's, I think it might just have like also like more coverage. This one maybe more sheer. Let me know if you have both of these Gucci powders and you've like tested them out enough to let us know what the difference is. I'm still like, I've tested the new one out once, but it's not enough for me to like, and I liked it. I didn't have any complaints about it. It's kind of hard for me to test makeup right now with my skin in the state that it's in. But I'll keep you all posted on that. I've just had a really good experience with Gucci, like I said, powders, bronzers, and just in general. Like if you're looking for a lightweight concealer, so like if you have mature skin, for instance, you all know how much I love my Sarah Creole concealer. I highly also recommend the House Labs concealer. I know my girl Kat on here loves the House Labs concealer. I love the Westman Atelier concealer, but I don't know, the shades that I've tried personally have leaned warm on me, so that kind of throws me off. I love, now we're getting on a tangent on concealers. I love this. Y'all have heard me, the Dior Skin Forever Correct concealer. I love how Dior has really consistent shade ranges across all its products. So I really appreciate that about Dior. But what I was going to mention is, I wanted to see, I was hoping I had it right here in front of me. But, oh, if you're looking for like a more heavier coverage concealer and you have normal to oily skin, I would highly recommend checking out the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have it in the shade 3.5C, and I've really been enjoying that one. The one that I will say like is not my favorite is this Fenty one. It's just too light coverage for me personally, so I just don't love that one. But I was looking for my Armani concealer, and I don't have it handy. The Hourglass one is fine if you have like young skin that can take a heavy coverage concealer. I know not all of us that watch my channel have that type of skin. So as I get older, I think less and less am I able to tolerate this Hourglass one. Now I'm more so looking for some, and as I continue to like work on my skin and like, you know, the clearer and the better looking like my skin is, the more I'm starting to look for products that like don't necessarily provide like the heaviest coverage, but they're perfecting. So they just lay on the skin beautifully. They have a way of kind of reflecting the light in a way that like makes me feel like I don't need as much coverage, if you get my vibe. So the Armani concealer is great for that. And then I was on my Gucci tangent. I was going to say I do really enjoy the Gucci concealer. By itself, it's just a little bit too lightweight of coverage. It's very thin. But on a no makeup day, this is the one I would reach for. Or the Armani one. So the Armani and this one are very similar, but the Armani one kind of like reflects light in a particular type of way that this one doesn't. So that could be a good or a bad thing, just depending. I like that underneath my eyes, but if I'm going to use it all over my face, I'd rather not have that aspect to the Armani one. So when I use my Armani concealer, I limit it to just underneath my eyes personally. Oh, yes, if we're shade twins, the House Labs, I have it in 22 light medium peach. And it's honestly like the perfect shade for underneath my eyes. I don't use this for spot concealing all over the face because it's slightly peach, which is why I love it for underneath my eyes, Sonia. So this one's like the perfect shade. But if I wanted like a more brightening one, I would get it in a different shade. But I just have so many different concealers that I'm trying to stop myself from, like, I have the tendency to, like, when I like a concealer, grab it in like multiples, and I feel like I need like all the shades. And I'm just like starting to collect way too many concealers, and I don't want them to go bad. So yeah, I do like the House Labs one, and I would recommend it. It's a unique formula. I know my girl Peach on here loves the House Labs foundation. And I think the concealer too, right, Kat? Kat says the problem with Hourglass, let me catch up on the comments. The problem with Hourglass is that even if you can take the heavy coverage, it sloughs off and doesn't really cover as much as it should for being like concrete. Okay, thank you for your take on that. I kind of look like a healthy Amy Winehouse, says Justin. That's funny. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. She's beautiful, was beautiful. May she rest in peace. I've gotten Amy Winehouse before. I love when y'all tell me I remind you of something. Oh, my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Oh, I'm glad my mom is here because I actually picked up a couple of things for her. Yeah, my mom goes, and you get to visit your mom because she had me pick up a couple things for her. Amber says, I love the Gucci bronzer, but apparently Sephora doesn't have the whole shade range. Khaki is my shade twin, and she's talked about it a few times. Yes, Amber, I watch Khaki too. And I know that Khaki loves the shade 1, I think. This is how much I watch makeup content on YouTube, y'all. Like, I literally have an encyclopedia in my head. I'm pretty sure that Khaki talks about liking shade 1 in the Gucci bronzer for a very specific reason, because like it has like a pink undertone that she likes. She's light skinned with like pink undertones, I think. And she uses it like, she likes the undertone. I know that there was like this one powder that she likes in particular to like merge her blush and her under eye setting powder. I think it's the lightest shade in the Victoria Beckham Beauty bronzer duo as well for that purpose, similar to the way she feels about the Gucci bronzer. I watch a lot of Khaki. Leah says, hey baddie, I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you. What, Briar, what's my fave? What's my fave what? I remind you of your ex, says Bones. I hope that's a good thing. Damn, she's beautiful, says 54 Young Murda. Thank you. Bones says both y'all are pretty. Okay, go off. Kat says the House Lab line lasts the longest on me and it looks good at the end of the day. Okay, period. The concealer is top notch. Yes, it's like a Korean made formula, right? And we all know that Koreans make really great stuff. So anytime you see makeup made in Korea, you can pretty much assume it's good. It's a pinky undertone. She liked the BB and Hermes. That's right. That's right. I love the Hermes bronzer. It's so good. It's just pricey. Okay, right here, I picked up the Koyudo Seibiko bars, the eyeshadow brush, the Chikuhodo Jumbo Round, the Koyudo 3D cheek brush. Y'all are sharing what brushes you picked up after watching my video yesterday. The Tenseido highlighter brush in the long, and the Koyudo foundation brush flat tops. Great, great picks. The Gucci powder shade and House Lab concealer shade. Girl, and the Gucci powder shade, so in the older version, I have shade 3, which looks like this. It's closer to my actual skin tone, so I picked this powder up more so to kind of like set my whole face. But in the new version, the one that is marketed as matte, I picked it up in the shade 1 because shade 3 will darken my under eyes if I use it underneath my eyes. So I kind of, because this one's marketed as matte, y'all know I like to mattify my T-zone. So that's why I picked this one up in the lightest shade that they carry it in, which is shade 1. So I was hoping that it would be like brightening and that I could put it underneath my eyes to kind of like set. And it looks really pigmented and it feels really buttery smooth when I swatch it. So I have really high hopes for this. I'm looking forward to this. Westman Atelier is fire. No creasing all day, right? So I have shades M2 and M3 in the Westman Atelier concealer. It's a beautiful concealer, y'all. It really is beautiful. M2, M1, I'm sorry. I have M1 and M2. So M1, they just lean slightly yellow. Like that's my only complaint, but I can still get away with it because I have an olive undertone. So there's M1. And then I have M2. So if y'all are shade twins, I'm going to be swatching these. So M2 next to M1. So you'll see that M2 is slightly more peachy. M1 is slightly more yellowy. So I love this concealer. It provides really great coverage. Like Sonia said, it doesn't crease all day. It really stays put. You don't necessarily need to set it, but I'm oily, so I always like setting my concealers regardless. So yes, it's fire. Recommend that one as well. But the Sarah Creole, I really like the Sarah Creole one as well. All right, let's move it along. So speaking of my mom, if she's still here, holla. Hey, beautiful. Hey, G Wingate. Hey, Brian C. I don't have OnlyFans. I don't snore because I don't have tonsils. My parents sent me to get tonsil surgery in like 7th grade, so I don't snore. My dad is a dentist, fun fact. And so he's done my teeth pretty much my whole life until recently that he retired. And my mom can attest to this. He said I have an abnormally large tongue. It's thicker than normal. So I that's a little bit of TMI, but in order, I guess he said that I have, yes, tonsil, I have it. So anytime I have like medical forms that ask me like if I've undergone any surgeries, I always just put tonsillectomy. So because of my tongue size, my parents sent me to get my tonsils out. 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade. And so, because I guess he figured that it would cause me to have breathing issues when I was sleeping. So that's a fun fact about me, just because somebody asked something related to that, I guess, and I got in a tangent. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, T-Rex asked if I was a snorer. That's how I got on that tangent. Okay. I picked this one up for my mom, the Charlotte Tilbury. If y'all didn't see the whole saga on color corrector, I have watched my prior shorts. I'm not going to open this because it's for my mom, but I picked it up for her in the shade 2 medium. She's a little bit lighter than me, but we're not like so far apart to the point where I felt the need to pick her up like a different shade. I thought this shade would be perfect for her. I have it myself and right here was top shelf, so I do use this fairly often. And look at how beat up the packaging is. So that speaks for itself that I really do like this color corrector. It's the one I reach for the most often, even though I have other like color correcting concealers, plenty of them. In fact, I have the Natasha Denona one in the shade P4, which is like an orangey like color corrector shade for me. It's quite orangey, so I can definitely use that one as a color corrector. But I wanted something like, for me personally, I don't reach for that one as much, because then I feel like if I use a shade that I want to, a concealer that I want to put on top to like brighten, then it becomes a little bit too dark. So what I like about the Charlotte Tilbury one is that like the coverage is not as heavy, but it's enough to color correct. And just the way that it comes in this compact, I just think this compact is really cute. It has its own little mirror. It's perfect for travel. I've been using the heck out of it and I haven't even hit pan. So I just really like it. And so, like I said, I'll swatch it, but this one's the one I got. It's perfect for me to like swatch on this hand because I have that like gnarly like blue vein running through it. So y'all can see kind of like how that coverage looks. So it's perfect because it's thin. It does the color correcting that you need, but then you can put on a concealer on top and it's not going to change the color of the concealer. So I think, so my mom was kind of like sending me pictures of her under eyes, showing me the concerns she has. And she was asking for me to recommend her a concealer. So the combination that I recommended for her, that I picked her up, was because she, you know, has more mature skin, and Ceracril in particular markets towards older women. And my friend Sunsaray, who also has a channel on here, Enamored Beauty, she's 40 plus and she loves the Ceracril concealer, and she has more dry skin. I have more normal to oily skin, and I love it as well. So I love how the Ceracril just works across all different types of skin tones. It's great coverage. It wears nicely. You get minimal creasing. I love the packaging. I think my mom is going to really enjoy this one. So that's that. I did pick it up for my mom in lighter shades than I have it in. I have it in 3, 4, and 5. You have the ND corrector and you love it, says Stacy. Thank you for your input on that. Okay, we love that. Yeah, this one gets a lot of great feedback from people. People really like how thin this is. You can get, so this formula comes in color correcting shades and in like concealer shades. So unfortunately, this one's the only one I have right now. Because like I said, I was like trying to like limit myself from, I almost bought this in like a brighter shade to use as like a concealer. But I was like, you know what? No, I have like way too many concealers at this point to go through. And I'm trying to just be better at using them all. So, yeah. Okay. Let's keep it moving. So another thing that I picked up from my mom. Hey, Jamie, welcome. It's so good to see you. Please don't spam the chat. I love you so much, Jamie. You always make my day. You're so sweet. Thank you. My mom says go ahead and open it. It's okay because I have my own, so I was able to showcase it. Thank you, though. Shout out to my mom for being a trooper and letting me showcase her products to y'all. It has been a while, Jamie. I hope you're well. You've had your tonsils removed and I snore loud at AF. Oh, I'm sorry that surgery didn't work for you. Notices the tongue from across the room due to its size, gets the idea, says Nicholas. That's funny. Yeah. Keep on rocking, baby. Okay. I spent more time than I'd like to admit this week talking to AI about the skin under my eyes, says Amber. I know that that's a very common concern for a lot of us, right? Yes. So I love trying out different products to know if I recommend them to y'all. So this is another product that I got from my mom, who's, hi Tammy. Um, she loved the Huda Beauty setting powder that y'all know is my tried and true. And I don't even have this new packaging myself. So I'm jealous that I was able to get it from my mom. And since she said it's okay for me to open her products, I'll showcase it. But she said she was running out of hers and that she needed a backup. So I decided to pick, these are, I think this comes in this is a limited edition packaging. So she just upgraded her packaging. So it's really nice and curved along the corners here. I have a killer voice. Thank you. Yes, the famed powder story. Exactly. My mom, long story short, she watches my content sometimes and she like kept hearing me rave about how much I love the Huda Beauty setting powder. If you're not new to my channel, you already know how much I love this powder. And so I had 3 of them. And one time when she knew that the sale was coming up, she was just like, oh, you can just buy yourself a new one, but like, let me take one. So I let her take one of mine, and that's the one that she has used up and she likes it. So that's another interesting fact, you know, her having very different skin than me. She's you know, in her 60s and she has mature skin and she likes this setting powder too. And I have normal to oily skin. I'm 32 years old, so we have very different skin types and we both enjoy, and that's what I love about this powder. Like you can have you can be of any age, different types of skin from normal to oily to dry, and like this still works great for you. If you have particularly dry skin, I will say that you might prefer the Makeup by Mario one. I think it could be a little bit less drying. I actually finished that one myself. And I won't repurchase it because I like the Huda Beauty one better. But I know Andrea Ali talks about how much she loves that one as well, a makeup artist that I love. And she also recommends that one for people with drier skin. But she loves the Huda Beauty one as well. And so this is cool because you get the cherry peach, or no. So this is the Easy Bake Duo in cherry peach. So it comes in peach pie and cherry blossom cake. So the cool thing about this new packaging is you can twist this and pick what shade you want. You can mix the 2 shades, but now my mom has the option of having a pink and a peachy one. So that's pretty cool. You can use it to kind of like color correct if you need. And I just thought that that was like a fun packaging for her to try out and have kind of like a 2-in-1. So that's the shade that I picked up for her. Okay, and the last shade that she tried was Cupcake, I think. So it was like, it had like a peachy hue and that worked out for her. So these are all really similar. They end up looking really alike on the skin. I picked up another backup of my Sarah Creel lip primer. I love this lip primer. And y'all are going to see, I'm about to get into the lippies, which is pretty much the rest of the things that are in this box. I'm like a sucker for lip products. It's probably my favorite step in my makeup routine. And so I picked up quite a few this sale. And so I'm ready to showcase them for you. Okay, so first of all, y'all, I think there's still probably like 1 shade left in this formula. And I do recommend it. I'm telling you, I already mentioned it before, but this is such a steal of a deal right now. The Tom Ford lipstick, y'all know Tom Ford is bougie and she's pricey, and the lipsticks are like $50 plus, okay, and getting more and more expensive it seems by the season. Oh, you picked up the Bobbi Brown color corrector in the same because the first ingredient is petrolatum. And that's how dry my under eyes are. Amber, I've tried that one and I can understand why you with dry skin would like that one. I think it was a little bit too slippery for my oily skin, but let me know how you like it. Okay. Let me see. Thank you so much, T-Rex, for the compliment on my voice. Great. Bag of sand. Love that for you. So let me just catch up on the comments. It's a new powder line for holiday, Noelle. It may be permanent in the line after holiday, but it's the dual colored powder line. Okay, yeah, so it's her holiday limited edition. It's really cool. So it comes in 2 color stories, I believe. So one is like the lighter one, lighter tones, and then there's like a deeper dual shade too. So if you have a deeper complexion, check that out. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to give that one to my mom. Love the formula. It's so beautiful. I completely agree, Stacy. Kat working hard. Yes, thank you, Kat, for being what I like to call my moderator extraordinaire. I stole that term from my friend Brittany, who moderates my friend Sensory's live. So Kat is my moderator extraordinaire. We love a good moderator. Okay, so if there's still any shades left on sale in this line, the reason it's such a great deal is because it's already discounted in like 3 shades, and then I know that like one was already sold out, but the 3 shades that it was discounted in was Pink Buff, Rose Beam, and Nude Coast. Okay, shade 40, 39, and 38. And it was and this is like a $65 lipstick or a $55 lipstick, and it was discounted like 30 bucks. And then with my 20% off discount, I ended up being able to get these for like $24 a pop for a Tom Ford lipstick. And I love it. I have the shade, I already had the shade, I guess this one's 107 Lamont. I thought I had it in Nude Coast, but this one is, yeah, just to show you kind of like the formula. That one had like a little bit of like something on it. So let me swatch it again next to it. So you can tell like the formula, right? How pretty that is. And okay, see, I knew I wasn't tripping. I have the shade Nude Coast right here too. So I guess I have it in 2 shades. Yeah, so that one's Lamont, which was not the one on sale. But this one was the one that was on sale, and I think it's sold out now, but it's Nude Coast. So that one is a little bit peachier than this one, but all of these seem to come in like really wearable shades. But the thing that's deceiving about this formula when you look it up on Sephora online is the shades online look so much deeper and not wearable than when I've ordered them and like actually tried them. They look completely different. So I hate how you just really can't tell online, but don't be fooled. Like, this is a beautiful satin lipstick formula. And so like I said, I picked these up to kind of give away as gifts and things like that I think will be perfect, especially because I got them at such a great deal. So love that. By the way, y'all, I have like a glass of wine right here, and I almost never drink alcohol anymore because I just immediately gain weight. But today was, I guess, a special occasion, so cheers. But I really literally only drink alcohol like less than a handful of times a year, maybe like my birthday, not even really like on special occasions. And I love it. I love me a good glass of wine, but it just, you know, as I get older, my body just does not like, it doesn't like alcohol. It just does not process. I like immediately, I just get so inflamed and swollen. So I really just try to avoid it for those reasons alone. It's so ironic because my little brother is dating a, what's the word? A winemaker. Why am I blanking on the word? Oh my gosh, what's the word for a winemaker? I don't know why I'm blanking on the word right now. Vinology? I thought it was like an actual like term for like a word though. Anyway, she's a winemaker. So it's It just like hurts my soul. Viticulture. I thought it was like, I thought there was like an actual term for it. She's in viticulture. I tried to be a grown up about lips, says Amber. But I did pick up the new Sunlit Amber shade from Dior and the Farrah Homidi Gloss / Liner Duo. I know it's so hard to resist the lip products, right? They always get me too. Thank you for sharing. I tried to resist, and I still have a couple of more coming. I love the YSL lip glaze formulas, y'all. One of the things that I also forgot to mention in my last live when I was mentioning the lipsticks that I recommend, because I was raving about how much I love Prada lipsticks and Tom Ford lipsticks. The Makeup by Mario lipsticks are good too, but I forgot how what other, the Westman Atelier lipsticks I love too. But then later I was like, oh dang, I forgot to talk about Dior and Gucci. I also highly recommend Dior and Gucci. I heard somebody that was reviewing the new Louis Vuitton lipstick line talk about how she suspects, I think her name is Miriam on YouTube. She's like an older woman and she reviews luxury beauty. And she suspected that the Louis Vuitton lipsticks are made in the same factory as these Dior ones, because she says that the formula was so similar. So I don't have any of the Louis Vuitton lipsticks. I have been able to hold back on purchasing those for now, thank goodness. And I don't have any plans to, because I just like, that's a hard bullet to swallow. If I were to pick up anything from the new Louis Vuitton makeup line, it would probably be a lip product. But I have so many lip products, I don't need any more. I was actually eyeing those Guerlain lipsticks. They just come in such beautiful packaging with like the... I've even heard somebody compare the Louis Vuitton lipsticks to the Guerlain lipsticks and opine that they even think that the Guerlain... And you can get the Guerlain ones right now at Sephora. They just released them in new shades, and the packaging, you can choose which packaging you want. And they have so many, they have like this beautiful, and there were some on my wish list, but I ended up not pulling trigger. And you know, it's 9:32, so never say never, because the Sephora sale is still going till midnight. But I don't have plans to pick any up. I don't have any Guerlain lipsticks myself, but I've always been tempted to try that formula. I've heard nothing but good things. They have beautiful shades. I had, right now, in my Sephora wish list, I have a matte nude shade and I have a satin nude shade, but I do not need any more nude lipsticks. But the cool thing about that packaging is just like, it's just the type of packaging that you can have forever, and it has its own mirror. It's so luxe and sleek. And so some people were like disappointed that the Louis Vuitton lipsticks are priced higher than those Guerlain ones, but the Guerlain packaging is almost like more fancy. Sophia Sees Beauty talks about how she has gotten one for her mom that she ordered from the Guerlain website directly that she had engraved, which is really cool that Guerlain offers free engraving. And she's gotten one for her mom that says like XOXO love you, or like, you know, to mom or something like that. And I think that that's like a really cool idea to get somebody as a gift. I've rocked this shade plenty of times on my channel, and I always rave about it because it's not a true red. It's actually a magenta, so it's slightly off from red, which is why I love it so much. But I also really like the formula. It's long lasting, it's comfortable on the lips, it's pigmented, and this is in the shade Rouge Dior 784. And something got into me during the sale where I felt the need to get into magenta lipstick. So I'm about to get into that. And what started it all was this Dior 784. But I also just want to give a quick shout out to the Gucci lipsticks, because I don't think they get enough love. Okay, look at this formula, y'all. Not only these Gucci lipsticks, but also these. So Gucci has a few different formulas in their lippies. And look at this packaging. Like, I love how sleek and slim these are. I have these babies in so many different shades. I love this packaging. This is what I mean about lippies. And these are all almost like brand new. I even have one that I carry in my work bag. I love these lippies by Gucci. I love the packaging. Beautiful formula. But then they also have their lipsticks. in this beautiful gold classic formula. I'm a sucker for gold, but look at this thing. That's like etched in there. It's like engraved. It's so classy. Back to the whole like classy Gucci packaging that I love so much. But Gucci, shout out to Gucci. I want to take a moment to appreciate Gucci lipsticks because the shade range, y'all, they have the most unique. I was perusing. They have the most, I have them in the most basic, like nude, not even basic nude. Let me not say that because these are not really that basic. They're slightly nuanced. So this one's in Carol Beige. And I love me a good nude. And this, oops, let me not throw it around. Linda Beige is this one. And I mean, these are just solid nude lipsticks that, you know how like sometimes you do a lippy and you feel like it's a little bit dark, so you kind of just like want to lighten up the center to try to give you like that little bit of like 3D effect, that dimension. That's where I reach for these very like pale nude shades. So one is just more, so Carol Beige leans more warm and Linda Beige is just slightly cooler. Love these Gucci lipsticks. Reach for them all the time. And I don't think that they get enough love. So I love the formula, love the packaging. I have nothing. Yes, I'm Mexican-American GLA to answer your question. You love the Gucci lipsticks too, says Stacy. Okay. Welcome to YouTube. I know you were just on Instagram. I'm streaming on both. Hey Queen, says LeJay. Welcome everybody. Please go ahead and give me a like. And subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know where you're watching from if you're new here. You heard L'Oreal bought Gucci, Frenchie Mom 43? No doubt. No doubt. L'Oreal's huge. No, I don't have any Ayla Vainel. I've never heard of that brand. I'm not an actual working makeup artist, GLA. I've done some freelance in the past. I'm just more so a makeup enthusiast and collector. So, okay, I just wanted to quickly shout out Gucci and Dior. Their Rouge, you know, formula is great. Speaking of Dior, I also got me another, I'm about to get into this. This is a new release, but real briefly, because we were on the topic of Tom Ford lippies, they just came out with a couple of new shades in their lip glosses, and y'all have heard me rave about Dior lip glosses. The price is so hard to swallow. If you have a cosmetics company store near you, you can sometimes find these at like very heavily discounted. I only buy them on sale because they're up there in price. I think they're like $55 right now. But I couldn't resist. I got myself the one of the new shades, and I picked up the shade 23 All Access. Look at how beautiful that coral orange shade is. Oh my gosh. Hey Jordan Baker, welcome. So I haven't even opened her, swatched her, tried her on yet. I'm really excited, but I just love the packaging. It's so luxe, it's heavy. It's honestly like the most luxe lip gloss formula and packaging out there. The only one off the top of my head that is more expensive than this one is I think the Murad one, and the packaging beats the Murad packaging by far. I love the doe foot applicator. I love the way it lasts on the lips. I love the fact that it like makes your lips look more plump and juicy without it actually feeling like tingly or plump. It's not marketed as like a plumping gloss, but it just fills in the lines nicely. It's just so beautiful. It's a really nice gift to give somebody because, like I said, it's hard to treat yourself to something so pricey. But once I tried my first Tom Ford lip gloss, I never went back. I have a lot behind me there in a ton of shades, and I'm just kind of like adding to my collection little by little. So, oops, love that one. But let me get to the Dior. So this is a new formula that was just released by Dior, the Rouge Dior On Stage. And my friend's son, I saw her showcase one shade on her channel, and I got inspired, so I picked up the shade 185 Ultimate Pink Shine. I've been seeing so many people rave about how long-lasting this formula is and how shiny on the lips it is. And look at this sleek packaging. Hey, Phil Cosby, welcome. Thank you, James Garcia. I'm not a supermodel, I wish. Very beautiful to look at. Thank you. My favorite name for a girl, well, I'm biased. I would say my own name. I love my name, Noelle. Hey, Dante Goss, I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak that language. It seems like it's Latin or something. I speak a little bit of Latin, but not enough to read your paragraph. But look at this, y'all. So it has kind of like similar vibes to their lipstick, which I love how, like, you know, Dior's kind of being consistent with their packaging. So again, this is shade 185 and it's like the perfect nude pink. Haven't even swatched it because I wanted to showcase it for the first time on camera with y'all. It has a slight scent, but nothing that is bothersome to me. And thank you so much, Co. I appreciate it. Question, how are you so pretty? My mom's watching. I owe half of my looks to her and half to my dad, and that's all I can say. The rest to the Lord. But I love the shape of this. It's perfect to just kind of like get precise. And I like how it's like a twist up and not one of those that like are like, you know, once you get it up, you can't pull it back down. The one downside to this packaging, I will say, is like you kind of have to get it right. Like you can't just like close it without like thinking about it. It kind of seems like you have to get like that sweet spot for it to click. So I've heard another reviewer talk about that being annoying too. So, oh, thank you, James Garcia, for subscribing. Please go ahead and subscribe if you're not already and like this video. Okay. I got this, let me see. Okay, so I think this is probably my favorite lip gloss at the moment. Other than, you know, my tried and true Tom Ford lip gloss. Okay, this one's probably my favorite lip gloss of all time because you're considering like packaging and everything. But I've been really pleasantly surprised by the more recent release, the YSL the plumping lip oil glosses. And I did not need another shade in this, y'all. But the limited edition packaging got me. Look at how beautiful. I'm trying to reach for my other one to show you. Look at how beautiful this packaging is, y'all. I mean, I could not pass up. You see this? I am a sucker for gold. And I know that they also have released a limited edition perfume in a similar packaging too. That's also on my wish list. It's like a vanilla type of perfume. But I've been good and I've refrained from getting it because I have the other YSL perfume still. And I was like, I don't need it. I saw one review that said that they kind of like resembled each other in similar notes. And I was like, that's where I knew I didn't need it. But I just love this formula. I know it's not for everybody. Some people don't like the scent. Some people don't like the way it like tingles on the lips. But look at how beautiful this new shade is. I mean, it just, ugh. What can I say? I had to get it. So, but Noelle, you need it. It says Kat. Kat, you're always an enabler. Yes, amen, sister. Your lips are beautiful without lipstick, says Samir. Thank you. Yes, half mom, half dad, the rest to the Lord. Diesel Moda. Anyway, okay, I got the Makeup Forever Super Boost because I got sick of hearing people talk about this. Okay, I didn't get that. I didn't get it when it recently released, but I kept seeing reviews from beauty YouTubers talking about how much they love this lip gloss. So I'm like, okay. Good luck in your surgery, Andre. I'm sorry to hear that. Please let us know if you make a speedy recovery. I'll pray for you. Yes, thank you. Everybody being nice to Andre and saying good luck. So yeah. I ended up getting this one in the shade 8. Boundless Berry, but then I ended up getting like the milky shade, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this Boundless Berry shade because what I realized about this Boundless Berry shade is it's literally the same shade as this shade 44 in the YSL line, and I don't need like two of the almost exact, like I probably have a ton of lip glosses that are like around this shade. And so I just was like, okay, like I don't need another like dusty pink lip gloss shade like this. They end up going bad before I'm able to use them. That's the problem. So I don't know. I really kind of like the smell. They do have a scent to them, but it smells kind of like cupcakes, like vanilla. So anyway, I think I might keep the more milky shade, not the perfectly clear one, but the milkier one, because that can go with any look. And you know, maybe I'll just return this one and I'll try to be good. In the past, I wouldn't have even thought it twice, and I would have just kept both shades. But my makeup collection at this point is getting out of control, and I just need to limit my purchases. So I'm like, I'm running out of space to store things. That's how bad it's getting. So I need to just like reorganize all the drawers behind me. I keep telling my mom to come over and help me because I'm like overwhelmed, and she's really great at organizing, but she's busy. So everybody tell my mom to come over and help me organize my makeup room, because I know y'all are wanting a beauty room tour, but I refuse to do it before I organize up in here. Okay, so remember I told y'all that I was getting into magenta lipsticks lately? I wasn't lying. I don't know what got into me. Like I'm telling you, it all started with this Dior 784 that I blame YouTuber Alana Davis for. Because when I saw it on her lips, I had to get it. She also raves about that shade for the same purpose. And she has a completely different skin tone than me. By the way, she's much lighter. So, what gloss was that last one? No. Please don't apologize for asking. I love the questions. So this one, I think you mean the Makeup Forever, the Super Boost. And this one is in the shade Boundless Berry. So it's not advertised as a plumping lip gloss, but it almost looks like it's plumping because it's just like, makes your lips look so juicy. It's a thicker formula though. So you have to like that. Some people don't like thicker formulas in lip glosses. They like, you know, thinner lip gloss formulas. So if that's you, then I wouldn't recommend the YSL or this one by Makeup Forever. I would actually recommend these. My gripe with the Dior, and I have this in multiple shades. Mahogany right now is in my work bag. It's like a brown color, so it's like beautiful for fall. It has like a brown hue to it. I want to film a reel with that one. But I also, in the last sale, picked up this beautiful lilac one because it's just a really unique cool tone. Like if your lips are looking a little bit warm and you have like a cool tone eye look going on, that's what I like this lilac gloss for. Because it when I mean cool down, I don't mean by temperature, I mean by shade. So my only gripe with this Dior one is the tiny little doe foot applicator that I have to like dip in a million times to get enough lip gloss out of it. I don't have that problem with their lip oil, which I love. I love the Dior lip oil, but like I said, I'm talking about like non-thick formulas if that's not something you like. So I like this formula. Hey Natalia, welcome. I like this formula. I just don't love the doe foot applicator. But the Armani, the Prisma glass, I actually have been loving. I originally picked it up in like a more corally shade, which I have right here. And I didn't expect to like it so much. I honestly bought this one and I was like, oh, this one's kind of like an overpriced lip gloss. You can see I've used it like this much now. So when I'm doing like a warm tone eye look, I like to go in and top off my lippy with like a warm tone, like a orange leaning lip gloss. And this one's beautiful for that. If you have like an orangey or coral leaning lipstick, like I love the Westman Atelier. She has like a really beautiful orangey lipstick. The Hindash Call Me Peaches lipstick is more orangey leaning too. Anyway, and then topping it off with this like peachy gloss. This one's in the shade 3. And then I liked it so much that I ended up picking it up in the shade 7. like, you can't go wrong picking this one up in any of the shades. All the shades that it comes with are beautiful. It even comes in a clear shade, but it's a solid, reliable formula. It wears really well. It doesn't like dry up and leave you with like awkward, weird, like crustiness on your inner lips, which, like, if you know, you know. I'm really big on that because I do a lot of talking during the day, you know, being a trial lawyer. So like the last thing I want is to be worried about like that crusty ring of death on my inner lip from a lip gloss. So that's really the way that a gloss wears is specifically important to me, and they don't all wear that beautifully. So I like, for instance, I love the Pat McGrath lip glosses, but you know, sometimes they leave like a little bit of crustiness. So it's not like my absolute, at first when you put them on, like the formula is beautiful. But anyway, let's get into the magenta lippies and then I'm going to wrap this up, y'all, okay? Because I ordered plenty of other things, but they haven't come in the mail yet. So maybe I could do a part 2 if there's interest. Holler if you want a part 2, okay? Try those old brand ones if you want. You agree with the Dior. Try those old brand ones if you want those orangey type of lip gloss. Okay, which ones? The old brand ones. Let's see. No crustiness, says Justin. Yeah. Let me look at the comments. Y'all are getting put on timeout. You want to buy me Louis Vuittons, James Garcia? Feel free, and I'll wear them for you if you buy them for me. Justin says, I can't wait. I can't. I hate buying online and waiting. I need it now. Who else can resonate with that? I know a lot of us are like that, so they like rather shop in person. I'm such a homebody introvert. I've said it time and time again. And for me, it's like, if I have the thought to purchase something, my mind goes to like, I need to buy it right now. And then I can wait. So, I don't know. I guess there's 2 types of people in this world, right? Some people feel the need to like go drive over there and have it in their hand. For me, I'm like, okay, cool. I bought it. Like, I can sleep. And Sephora, like, at least in my location, has pretty fast shipping. I usually get my things within a couple days. So, I have gotten from my mail delivery men that, before, during Sephora season, that like I am by far like easily the highest purchaser of Sephora in the whole county. They're like, because one time I saw the guy like bringing in like all these boxes. I'm like, I'm so sorry to do that to you. There's just a big sale going on. And he goes, oh, I know. And you're their biggest fan. Because you know how like on the outside, like Sephora always puts, like, I don't know. Yeah, like they always put like savings event. Like, so these mail delivery men, like they obviously know when people are like purchasing more from Sephora. So that was just funny. Would I model some nylon pantyhose in black? How much would you pay me, Henry Luna, to model that for you? Tell me how much you'd be willing to pay and then we can talk. I wear pantyhose sometimes for court. But that's because I get paid to be a lawyer. So up on here on the internet, you're not paying me, so. Stacy, I bought the Farrah Homedy bronzer. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I've heard really good things about the Farrah Homedy bronzer. My reservation with that is that I have oily skin and I heard that it has like a slight luminosity, but don't get me wrong, I've been tempted. I hear that the packaging is nice and weighty and I like how it's nice and sleek. I know that some people swear by it. I have a feeling that formula might hard pan too with my oily skin. I don't know if anybody's experienced that. $100 is not enough, Henry Luna. I make more than $100 in an hour, so sorry. I'm more expensive than that. Noelle and I are that mailman's biggest Sephora orders. They hate to see us coming. It's so true, Kat. I am a lawyer. Country bugging. I'm a litigator. All right. So let's get into these. Okay, magenta lippies that I've been teasing y'all with. Okay. Okay. So first and foremost, Westman Atelier. I've been raving about their lipstick formula. It's one of my top most recommended lippies. Unfortunately, the first one that I ordered came damaged, and I have like 6 other Westman Atelier lippies, none of which have ever arrived in a damaged state. But sadly, this time around when I ordered LFG, it was damaged. So look, it made me really sad that it was in this condition. It like hit the top, like the point is missing. It was kind of like smudged. Like you can tell it just kind of like, I don't know what happened to her, but I took pictures and I sent it to Sephora. And you know, their customer service hasn't like always been the best. I will say it kind of depends on like the mood of the rep you're talking. I don't know what it depends on. If they give you like one freebie a year, and then if you like ask again, they say no. But this time they felt like replacing it. So with as much money as I spent at Sephora, like it shouldn't even be a question, like with pictures and everything. You know, and they could have been like, sorry, like just return it and then reorder it. Like they could have been, you know, annoying like that, and I would have done it. But I got the shade LFG, and luckily they were like, no problem, we'll go ahead and send. And they even sent me a couple of samples with it too, because I had ordered this one with my, you know, I always get my samples. And that's one of the reasons I like ordering online too, is I love to dabble in the samples. I love to give them away. I love to put samples together in little like gift bags and just like give them away to like my girlfriends and stuff. Like y'all can let me know, but like, is it dumb of me to like give away? That's something that I would really be excited to receive, is a bag full of like perfume samples, skincare samples, makeup samples. I don't know, like for me, I would be stoked to receive that. But I don't know, sometimes when I give that away, I'm kind of like, do people feel like this is dumb and cheesy because it's just a bunch of samples? Or like, would they be excited? Would they be overwhelmed? I don't know, but I like putting together little gift bags and just kind of giving away, like when my samples get excessive, which I'm there right now. No, it's not. Okay. Yes, all the samples. I love samples. You love samples too, Kat, especially perfume, right? That way you can like test out different. This girl at work, Mommy, I found you. Okay. This girl at work always for instance, this girl at work always compliments the way I smell. Like I walk by her and she'll be like, what do you smell? Like, what's the scent today? Like, you smell so good. So like for her, I put together like a bag full of like perfume samples, and I was like, here, girlfriend, like you can try out all these. And she was stoked. Like she was so happy to receive it. And she even like bought one like of the full sizes because she fell in love with like one of the samples that I gave her. So that makes me like really happy when I help people find something that they like. And I've even seen people like sell their samples. Like there was some like makeup lover and creator on here that I saw that had this like big box of a bunch of perfume samples. There's probably like 100 of them in there, and she was like selling them for like $75. So yeah, people are even, I was like, dang, people are even like willing to pay money for like a bunch of perfume samples. So the weather, oh Kat, you're right. She says because it gets so hot out here, the weather, since it melted out the bullet, which is why it twisted up. Okay, that makes sense. It's such a shame because it didn't look used. It just, yeah, that's exactly what it looks like happened. Yes, the Westman Atelier are a beautiful lipstick formula, right? Henry, $250 is still not enough. Sorry, dude. I still make more than that an hour. Okay. I don't have any Botox in my lips right now. Sometimes I've gotten Botox before on my lips. I'm gonna get my dad to touch up my Botox tomorrow. And sometimes I have him do like a little lip flip. But I don't know. Sometimes I look back at myself when I've gotten a lip flip, and at first I loved it, but now I'm kind of like, that might not all be that necessary. Like, I kind of like having full movement in my mouth. Because sometimes it feels a little bit awkward to not be able to, like, move it fully. Um, those lips talking Courtin on lives, Curtis. What do yours do? Exactly. Shout out to Kat for the clap back. Curtis asked what those lips do. um, Oh, okay. Nancy Romero says at my old office, the ladies had a sample swap. It was great. Okay, I love that. See, I don't know any other beauty lovers like me in real life. That's why I started my beauty channel, because I wanted to share my love for beauty with like people who connected with it. And that's why I love you all, because like y'all are my virtual sisters that I never had. Like I have friends and stuff like that, but like nobody is as big of a nerd when it comes to beauty as I am. So, um, I just like, if I had friends that loved makeup as much as me, maybe that would help. But like, I literally don't know anybody that's into beauty as much as me. So, anyways, this is the new LFG Westman Atelier lipstick that Sephora was so kind to resend me in beautiful, perfect condition. This is how she should look. Sonia says, girl, me too. That's why me and you get along. Some people talk about the smell on these. I kind of like it. It's different. It's not like perfumey. Like, you know, it's kind of like a little. It's so hard for me to like explain perfumes, but I kind of just maybe like a little bit of frosting vibes is what I get from it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not taking offers. I don't go on dates for money, but maybe if the price is right, we can talk. Y'all are too funny. You crack me up. This is why I don't like to censor people, because I just end up laughing at this banter that I end up having with people. Like, I don't know about me, but like when I'm watching people on lives, I kind of like, it starts to become tea when I see people like being able to stand their own, you know, and like stand their ground and start to like clap back at people. Y'all are too funny. You keep me so entertained. Anyway. Okay, LFG. That's LFG. No other girls wear makeup. I know, especially like being in the legal field. The other women that I work along with like barely wear, like I by far wear the most makeup out of everybody I work with. Prada Monochrome. Okay, I've talked and raved about how much I love the Prada lipstick formula. Okay, they have the matte and the hyper matte. And ever since Prada has blessed us with lipsticks, and I was going to be a good girl and get this in the refill, because Prada does offer refill shades, and a lot of it's more like their nude lines. So yeah, but this particular shade did not come. Entertainment, says Stacy. Okay, let me know if you're entertained too. Thank you, Stacy. I'm glad I'm providing good entertainment. Yeah. So, oh, okay. Diesel Moda says it smells like memories of my mom's makeup. That's a good way to describe it. I can see where you're coming from. Yes. Where should I buy the tickets? Y'all are willing to pay for this content. Hell yeah, period. I've been thinking of like setting up memberships. Y'all should let me know if you're like, if you would be willing to pay for exclusive content. As much as I kind of like, I don't know, I feel conflicted about it. This is the type of like live that I would probably do as like a membership live. Just these like random chill, I'm in my robe, like impromptu lives that I do outside of my regular schedule. If you're new here, I go live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I actually like do my makeup and I get ready for church. I'm pretty consistent about those lives. Although this, I should mention, upcoming Saturday, I might have to miss it for an appointment. I think I'm going back to Dr. Emmer's office in Hollywood. So I might not be available for this. Oh, wait, no, that would be Saturday. So, okay, forget that. No, I go live on Sunday. So that's exactly why I love going live Sundays, because usually I don't have anything going on and I'm always going to church. So that's why like that day is pretty consistent. Every once in a while I like to do like an impromptu Saturday night live. It depends like if I have the, and if I'm in the mood, if I have the energy. Every once in a while I'll do like Friday night random lives too. Lately, like it's been sale season. So with like the Fude Bobo Brush sale that's going on, with the Sephora sale that's going on, I'm more likely to do these like impromptu things to kind of like show y'all what's been coming in. Sometimes like I'll do like random like empties, and stuff like that. So those are kind of like my outside my regular scheduled 3 p.m. live. So Cat, I love when Cat snaps back. Hey Barat, hey everybody that's joining. Okay. Yes, you should start drinking a dirty martini. Cheers, girl. Join me. Now who's taking care of me, allegedly? Okay, so the magenta lip shade that I got in the Prada, and thank you all so much for being here and for joining me. Like, all 33 of you, like, it's late. It's 10:06 p.m. here, at least in Southern California on the west side. And the fact that y'all are here, like, sticking it out with me, what a treat, right? It's because of Veterans Day tomorrow that I don't work that I decided to get up on here and do this. If it was like a work night, I wouldn't be on here doing this. So Saturday Night Live, that works for you, Stacy? Okay, great. I'm starting to kind of like take in the feedback as far as like what days work for people. I don't know if Saturday nights would work well for me just because my friend Brittany usually goes live on Saturday nights. So that's why I usually avoid those unless I check with her that she's not doing it for some reason or she cancels hers, and then I might go on live, or maybe I can figure out a way to like do it earlier than her, but I just don't want to like compete against her live. So I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. Why are you awake? It's 10:05 p.m. Exactly. That's what I was just saying, Monica. I usually would not be on here this late, but I'm off work tomorrow, so it's 12 p.m. in Texas, says Stephanie. PM or AM, like midnight. Hello from Texas, by the way. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here, especially if you're on the East Coast and you're ahead. I would be down for Saturday, like until Britt comes back, but she's busy right now. I think she's going to be out for 2 months or 2 more weeks, Noelle. Okay, yeah, see, so she's probably going to start to resume her Saturday night lives. Hey, Manu, how are you? Welcome. Makeup for me is like candy. Same. I just love, like, there's nothing like opening new makeup, right? And like doing it live on here with y'all is like so much more fun than just doing this by myself, which I normally would be doing. So I love and appreciate all of you for watching and enjoying this with me. Hello, greetings from Helsinki to my Fude friends. It's 8 a.m. here. Thank you so much for watching from so far, Anna. It's so nice to have you. I hope you're well. Damn, Betty got great hair, says Akil. Thank you so much. I just got my hair done last week. This is all my real natural hair. I don't have any extensions. No shade to anybody that has extensions, but I'm lucky to be blessed in the hair category where I just got a very full head of hair from my parents. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time because I'd rather have more hair than not have a lot of hair, but it's a lot of maintenance and a lot of money. I get Brazilian blowouts, like it's a whole thing. But thank you, I appreciate it. I need makeup, I need candy, I need pajamas, I need all the cozy things. We need perfumes, right? We need skincare. We need the fancy hand sanitizers. So that's why Sephora sale season is like the best season, right? We need makeup brushes. So all the goodies and the girly things. Your man's the blessed one, gets to see your face every morning. That's very sweet. Yeah, thank you, Amanda, for the compliments on my lip liner, which is fading because I've had it on since 7 a.m. this morning and it's 10 p.m. at night currently. Yeah, so it does look like I have a little bit of brown on my Cupid's bow because it's fading. So it's definitely not fresh lip liner, but I didn't really feel like completely redoing it at this point because I'm about to jump in the shower and take all this makeup off anyway. But if I do say so myself, don't personally feel like it looks all that bad. I like to put a little bit of a cool tone lip liner on the top of my Cupid's bow to kind of like make my lip look like it has a shadow right there. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and your input is welcome. So thank you for being here and watching regardless. But just know that, yes, the lip liner is on its last leg. And I don't think it's doing too bad. It's holding on pretty well. By the way, that's the Isabelle lip liner. If you're shopping the Sephora sale still, or if you're interested in which lip liner has lasted me all day long through an entire day of speaking in court. Thank you, Sophie Z Art, for the compliment. I don't give free legal advice, country bugging. So I would just recommend you talk to an employment attorney about that. I paid way too much for my education, and I'm still indebted in plenty of student loans that you are free to contribute to. Okay. So let me get off this. Okay, I can. You're still rocking the makeup, says Stacy. Thank you. Y'all see how entertaining this stuff is? I just laugh. Oh, hello, Mick Dune from Dublin. Good morning from a very wet Dublin. It's 6 a.m. here. Okay. Look at this shade, y'all. What? Are you kidding? Are you seeing this? Is this not such a gorgeous lipstick? I mean, come on. Right, Stacy? Wow, so beautiful. Electric, says Diesel Moda. OMG. Oh my gosh, I'm getting low battery, 10% on my iPad, y'all. I need to start to wrap this up. Okay. Let's see this up against. Y'all want comparisons of the magentas? The battle of the magenta lippies. I love magenta lately because, like I said, the Dior 784, which is an alternative to red. So sometimes for court, I feel like, don't get me wrong, a red classic lipstick is always going to be appropriate. I envy like the French women that just rock that shit on a daily basis. And I feel like it should be more normalized here in the United States, but it's just not. Like every time I wear red lipstick, I just feel like I'm kind of like attracting like attention to my face. Like I don't want to feel like I'm doing the most, or like my job is always about my client, right? Like as a lawyer, it's never about me. It's always about somebody else. And that's actually what I love about my job is like, I've never been one to love like the spotlight. And so that's what's helped me get over like stage fright and public speaking and stuff like that as such a big introvert. And so sometimes I feel like a little bit awkward when I wear too heavy like makeup, like glitter eyeshadow, for instance. Hold on. It looks like one of my dogs just delivered. Those are my pups right there. Like they just delivered me a cord to plug in my iPad. So, okay, Noah, you want to come say hi, bud? Come here. Come. Do you see what I mean? He's shy of the camera. Come here, Kai. If I don't have food for him, like a snack, he won't come. For those of you watching on Instagram, there's my little Pomeranian peeking his precious little face. Come here, Kai. Come here. Come. Ooh, don't let me knock over these lipsticks. Okay, we're plugged in, so now we can keep going. You see that Pomeranian? He's just so, don't even get me started. He's little, but he has a big personality. Okay. So anyway, what I was saying is sometimes I feel like a red is like doing too much. So magenta is kind of like you still are wearing a statement lip, but it's not red. Like red can just be kind of like striking, you know? And sometimes I feel like a little bit paranoid, like Is it gonna rub off on my teeth? Is it gonna rub off on my clothes? Like, is it gonna rub off on my face? Like, I don't know. I just feel like slightly safer. I don't know. It's just unique. Like, look at these shades. Are you kidding? So I just kind of wanted to like experiment more with these type of tones. I don't know what got into me, but okay, one more, y'all. Are you ready for the drum roll, please? I want to get like, I want to start to step up my lives and do like, have like a little like noisemaker where I can do like like an actual drum roll, or like, you know, if y'all watch Sophia Sees Beauty's live, she like does that. I'm not as like tech savvy as her, but I will hopefully one day figure it out. Hey Devin, welcome. Hey Peter, welcome. Steve says, hey Steve says little puppies. Yes, those are, I have 3 dogs. They're in the background, but they're shy. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. These will look great in YouTube Shorts. Very attractive, says Diesel Moda. Thank you so much. They will, right? I know. I'm like refraining from touching them because I really, hey Matthew, good morning. Because I really want to do like YouTube Shorts out of them and apply them and just like give them their moment. But I have one more. Are y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? This is Gucci. Okay, did I not finish my thought on the Gucci lipsticks? ADD. What I really appreciate about Gucci lipsticks is some of the, they carry their lipsticks in some of the most unique shades in the entire market. I was perusing the Gucci shades and I wish I was the type and like had like just the ability to like rock, and I guess like the balls to like rock some of the shades that Gucci carries. They have this beautiful like deep purple. It's like an eggplant. Gorgeous. And then they have this like evergreen. It's like a forest green lipstick. I just die like looking at those models like with those lipsticks. And like I encourage you, if you like work in a setting or like your lifestyle is one that like you don't mind like rocking that color lipstick, like let's support Gucci and buy those shades, because what ends up happening is that people don't buy them because people don't wear them, and then companies stop making them. Then they stop becoming available to us. And of course I'm like the #1 biggest hypocrite, but like I don't know, maybe one day I will have the guts to rock a deep green or a deep purple lipstick to court and give 0 Fs. Okay? Like maybe I'll get to that point and not even care. So let's give it up for Gucci lipsticks and their shade range. I just wanted to take a moment. Please check, like, if just, that's all I'm going to say. That the deep green and the deep purple and just some of those shades are so unique. Anyways, look at this. Oh, Peter Kelly says, I would go for the one in the middle. It suits you. Okay, thank you. Out of all 3 of these, yeah, I'm gonna have to like put up a poll or something, and y'all are gonna have to let me know. I'm curious to know what your favorite shade is out of all of these magenta shades, because clearly I could not choose and just pick one, so I had to get them all. Yeah, Noelle, it's because Gucci is a direct brand under Kendo. You'll see this with Sephora collection as well, but they have alternative color shades because they get cheaper manufacturing prices. Interesting. Well, assuming they're the same beautiful formula that is the Gucci lipstick, like, you cannot go wrong with the formula. I have nothing bad to say about the Gucci formula lipstick. I just don't think it gets enough love on social media. It's great. And the fact that they're offered in those really cool, just really unique shades, that's what I appreciate about Gucci. We have so many lipstick lines that come out and they're just like your basic like shades, right? And we all like, and I'm sure that they sell very well, but kudos to a line like Gucci that thinks outside the box and provides us with those really cool, unique shades that I imagine that a lot of other brands don't bother doing because they probably just don't sell that well. So for a luxury brand to offer them, and Prada hasn't done too bad too. They have some pretty unique shades too, but not like Gucci. Slay, says Harper. Hi, Katharina. Hola Preciosa, says Minor. Hey beautiful, says Emma. Those colors are fire. We'll have to rewatch. Couple of hours left in ending in Sephora sale. What's on your lips? Yes, that's why I came up on here and wanted to showcase these last like recommendations that I wanted to get in, and I did a haul. So I'm about to wrap this up right now. So y'all can rewatch from the beginning if you want. But I know, let me know if y'all are shopping last minute because there is just like less than 2 hours left in the Sephora sale. Thank you so much for shopping my affiliate link, which I have. If it's not in the description of this video, I will put it in there when I close out this video. It's in my prior video and my prior video to that. It's in my bio on Instagram. It's linked in the comments here, but you'll probably have to like scroll all the way up. But what's on my lips is a lippy that I've been rocking like all day that's been fading, and I've just touched it up like a little bit with lip balm. But it's the Isabella lip liner in the shade Tonka. I love the Isabella lip liners. I have 4 of them. I have Bean, Tonka, Geisha, and Liberica. Tonka and Liberica are cooler toned, and they're kind of like, they remind me kind of like of Endless Cacao vibes. And then Bean and Geisha are very unique, like warmer toned browns that I like to rock when I'm wearing more of like a warmer lip. So when my makeup look is cool toned, I reach for Tonka and Liberica. Bean and Geisha when my makeup tone is warm toned. Love that formula. But that's what's pretty much like left on my lips. I love the Makeup by Mario lip liners too. I can't remember. I might have like added a little bit of one of the Makeup by Mario lip liners because I figured like it looked a little bit too cool toned than what I liked. So sometimes I just kind of like tweak it. And then pretty much everything is faded underneath, but I was rocking Chanel Boy today, which is like a balmy, like cool tone, kind of like transparent lipstick. But that's, like I said, pretty much all gone. And then I just earlier today at the beginning of this live, I touched up with this lip balm right here by Summer Fridays. It's the lip butter balm, and I'm hoping that the shade is still available, but this was hot cocoa. And if they don't have hot cocoa available, then I'm sure they have one that's really similar, but it's like, it has this like brown hue to it. You see that? I even think that they have one called like chocolate, which is probably like super similar. But yeah, it's kind of fading. But a really similar one to this that I would also recommend, it's thicker and it feels a little bit more moisturizing on the lips, in my opinion, personally. And I love the metal applicator, is this Edam one. So I have it in the shade, what is this, Burnt Malai. And it's this lovely like cool tone brown, and they'll come in like a clear, and then they come in like tints as well. So these are really nice lip balms that, like, if you're not into lip glosses, these kind of can take the place of a lip gloss, and you can get like all that moisture and goodness and still get that shine. But mostly it was the Summer Fridays with the lipstick that I had underneath earlier today fading off. So yeah, anyway, okay, so these are the 3 new magenta lipsticks that I picked up. And if I didn't mention the shade earlier from Gucci, and I love the name. And you know who inspired me to buy this one is my friend Shannon. Her channel on here is Brown Girl Bella. So I blame her for this purchase. It's Love Before Breakfast. I mean, that's another thing that I love about Gucci is like some of their shades are like, the names on their shades are kind of like what? Like you side eye them, like Linda Beige and Carol Beige, like the ones I showcased earlier. But then they have other shades with names like Love Before Breakfast. And then with the like a tone like this. Are you kidding? So let me know which one you would go for, or which one you would think look best on me. What's your favorite shade? So the one I already had that inspired this whole rabbit hole of magenta lippies is this Dior 784, okay? This is what got me down this magenta rabbit hole. So again, we have Dior 784. Hey, Bryce, Hop, welcome. Let me catch up on the comments. Hello from New Zealand, Renata. Welcome. Okay, Gucci Love Before Breakfast. So Dior 784, Gucci Love Before Breakfast, Prada. This one's the shade P55. P55. And then all the way over here is LFG by Westman Atelier. What do y'all think LFG stands for? Let's fucking go. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but it's called LFG. Oh, Rocio says, I love Summer Fridays and Edam. The only thing is that the Edam has an acid that can hurt your lips with sun exposure, so I just use it at night. That's an interesting fact. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. Speaking of which, I've been more into using SPF on my lips, and Sephora carries some really great lines of lip balms with SPF. Another good lip balm that I like is this Topicals one. I have the one mint lip balm. That one's nice. And then I also recommend, and the Summer Fridays formula, I also have it in Birthday Cake. But the Ole Hendrickson is a really nice, thick, moisturizing formula as well. That the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment is like a lip mask. It's nice and thick. It has cocoa butter, acai, sterols, and peptides. Hydrating lip treatment. So I recommend that one too, and it comes in fun flavors and shades. But I was saying that I've been more conscious of like my lips being, because like if we put SPF on the rest of our face and neck, right? Why not our lips? Like they're exposed to the sun too. So if you're concerned with aging, you're with your skin like getting wrinkles around your lips. Some of the SPF lip balms that I've tried are this K-Skin one. I have it in Nude Ting, SPF 30. You can buy these all at Sephora. In Beauty Project Sun Balm, SPF 30 with squalene, jojoba oil, mango, and shea butter. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. We're talking about some last minute like Sephora sale recommendations and purchases, and I'm talking about my haul. Oh, LFG also means delivery in German. Interesting. Can you please do a makeup routine, says Shivers Family? Yeah, I have tons of makeup videos on my YouTube channel, and I also do my makeup live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Sunday. Almost every Sunday. So please go ahead and join me. Subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you know every time I go live. There's this ultraviolet one, the Sheen Sunscreen Hydrating Lip Balm, SPF 50. So shout out to all these brands that are starting to take SPF seriously and provide us with a lot of options for SPF when it comes to our lippies, because that has not always been the case. I remember when I was into Jack Black, because that was literally like the only lip balm that I can find with SPF, and that's more of like a line marketed for men. But they have a really nice one that it comes in a squeeze tube like this. It has shea butter, so it's really moisturizing. But what I like about that one is for the men in your life, it's like it goes on matte, but it's moisturizing. And so like if the man in your life does not want to have like shiny lips, like growing up, I always saw that my dad always had certain things in every single one of his cars that they were like needs. And anytime he would get a car, he would like make sure to put certain things in the glove compartment. It would be like a notepad, a pen, a flashlight, a knife, and lip balm. He would always have chapstick. So I'm like, okay, on hot days, your chapstick is going to like melt. And sometimes I would like open up the chapstick and, you know, it'd be like, you know, like that half moon shape because it like melted. So I gifted him, and a lot of times Jack Black has sets with lip balms, and right now they have a gift set available too. They have a couple of gift set that includes that lip balm. So if the man in your life uses like chapstick, like driving in the car, I would just see my dad reach for chapstick and apply it. So or if you want to, like, I don't know, get on your man's case to like protect their skin, like I tend to get on like all the men in my life's case for like being, you know, protective over their skin, whether it's my dad or my brothers or whoever. I'm like, put on your sunblock, put on your sunblock. I just took a family trip to Florida and I like took extra SPF, and I was like, we all shared an Airbnb, and I was like, okay, who needs their sunblock? The sun is strong out here. And like, sure enough, everybody needed it because they didn't bring their own. So that's a nice gift for the Jack Black gift sets. Men are very hard to shop for, in my opinion. So I like shopping the Sephora sale for Christmas gifts, and those are really great like stocking stuffers for men. And I think they've been pretty well received when I've gifted those. So yeah. My eye color is pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah. You love the SPF glosses, says Rocio. Hi, Nikki. Oh, thank you so much. I look up to you so much as a girl, and I like all the knowledge you give. That means a lot. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I truly do inspire and hope to be a good example. And I sometimes tend to forget that like I can be perceived that way. So, hey Javier, welcome. Looking for the group is also a common use of LFG. Okay. I haven't heard that one. I just assume let's fucking go. Yeah. So I know you're busy, but can you please add me to your to-do list? 777. All the Gucci lipstick shades are named after previous ad campaigns that they had, and sometimes, see, Kat comes in with all the knowledge. Them campaign photo names aren't that creative, so bad choices for names. Okay, interesting. My lips look crazy. I love that. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the comments. If I ever miss a comment, I'm not doing it on purpose. Like, please repeat yourselves, especially if you have any questions that you want answering. Your makeup is amazing, since Alexandra. Thank you. I should be a model. Thank you so much. I love you too, Reza. The Sugar Clear Lip Balm is a huge hit with the men in my life. If you're looking to an alternative for the Jack Black, okay, Sugar Clear. I haven't heard of that brand. Do they carry it at Sephora? That's interesting. Okay, yeah. Bye, Co. I'm about to wrap this up too, so no worries. You're not gonna miss out on much. Who did you have to put on timeout? Okay, a normal guy says, I believe people look more beautiful naturally. I sometimes agree with that, not always. But yeah, so these are the magenta lippies that I recently picked up. And are they too similar to each other? Perhaps. Perhaps. I don't need them all. These two remind me of each other. The Dior and the Westman Atelier. The Gucci and the Prada remind me of each other. They're very close. It's just hard to tell like the nuances online, which is why I told myself I just needed them all to test out. So let's hope that I actually get enough use out of them. I am like seeing a vision for myself rocking these at work, in court even, as an alternative to red lippies, because I do use 784 like a good amount, so I guess that's like a good test, right? And I already know that I love the formula in all of these, so The colors are gorgeous. I think, I don't know, I was gonna say like which one I'm the most excited about wearing, but it's just too hard of a choice. It's just too hard of a choice. Like, is this one too much? This Prada one? This one's a lot. Like, this one's really bright. Like, really bright. I don't know. I'm not married. Aladdin. The Sugar Lip Balm line is the one carried by Fresh Lip Balm line. The shade Clear is huge with the guys in my life. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up. Not too similar, says Diesel Moda. Okay, thank you. You have many lipsticks. I do have many lipsticks. Nice color. It suits you. Thank you. Susan says, let's feel glamorous. Yes, I love that. I love how y'all enable me. Okay, and then last but not least, I wanted to find a lip liner that would go with these lippies. So that's another reason why I wanted to get a backup of the Sarah Creel Lip Grip Lip Primer. Because when I'm rocking, I don't feel the need to always wear a lip primer when I am wearing like a nude lip. But when I'm wearing like a bold lip, that's when I really want to take out and make sure I have something underneath to help grip it so it doesn't like transfer on my teeth. I love this Sarah Creel one. And look, I only have that much left in my previous one. So, ooh, someone's fire alarm is going off. That's not mine. I also tried they're also pretty, aren't they? I also tried the Guerlain one. It's different than the Sarah Creel Lip Grip one. I used it a good amount. It's more drying. So, I actually ended up liking the Sarah Creel a little bit more just because it's not as drying, but maybe the drying factor in the Guerlain one is better because it like grips more. I don't know. But this one is good enough for me, enough to where I purchased a refill, and it also feels like it's not gonna like dry out as fast either. I can't tell if that Guerlain one is like starting to dry out or if that's just how the formula is. It's not that old. So yeah, that's like another alternative to a lip primer. Anyway, it was harder than I thought to find a... Oh, Susan says LFG stands for Let's Feel Glamorous. I forgot because there was like a little bit of a delay. Interesting. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I was wondering what LFG meant. Let's Feel Glamorous. I somehow missed that if they had that on the site, but I love that. Let's Feel Glamorous. It's a perfect name for this shade. You're so pretty, queen. Thank you, Havoc Art. I know. Somebody was like, Justin said, make sure your hair and makeup is good to go should you have to evacuate. Y'all can hear that? Yikes. Knock on wood. I hope my neighbors are open. I have my window open. So it's definitely not, it's like coming from my neighbor's house, I think. Anyway, Sonia goes, let's freaking go. Let me know if y'all are purchasing last minute. Here I am talking about like makeup and somebody's house is probably on fire down the street. Carry on, says Justin. I hope it's a false alarm. I really do. You have a beautiful animal. Thank you. You see my dog in my background? Yeah, I know that alarm is kind of making me a little bit uneasy. It's drier than most others, Noelle, but it's not that dry, so it may still be drying out too. Okay, interesting. Yeah, maybe it's you just subscribed, Justin. Thank you. Yeah, please go ahead and like this live and share it to anybody who you think might be interested in watching, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Should we go check on the neighbor's house? Cat, I know. I'm about to end this live and maybe I'll go take a peek. Although I haven't heard it in the past few seconds, so I think hopefully we're good. Okay, oh, Sonia's shopping last minute. Just added 3 Makeup by Mario lip liners. Girl, I just last minute added a Makeup by... Hey, lady, what's going on, sis Forrest? We're talking about makeup and any last minute purchases that we might be buying from the Sephora sale. If you're on the East Coast, it might be too late for you to shop, but if you're on the West Coast, it's 10:93 p.m. and we are in the final minutes. final stretch of the Sephora sale, so I wanted to get up on here and talk about my last minute purchases and what I'm picking up. I love the Makeup by Mario lip liners. If you are shopping, please shop through my links. It really helps my channel out. Every purchase counts, and it enables me to be such an avid consumer, and it helps my unhealthy shopping habits so that I can showcase these things for you and tell you what I recommend and what I don't recommend. So thank you for feeding my unhealthy shopping habit. I appreciate you. I've linked the affiliate link to Sephora many times in prior videos. It should be in the description of this video. If not, it will be when I post it. It's in the comments. It's in the link in my bio on Instagram. What I was saying anyway was that it was actually harder than I thought to find a magenta lip liner. Okay. And I like searched magenta lip liner, and I expected to find one in the Makeup Forever formula, you know, these that come in a ton of shades. Nope, they only have one that's like more red. I expected to find one in the Makeup by Mario formula, and the closest one I saw was like a Bordeaux wine. And then this Patrick Ta was the only one that was a true like pink, like bright pink lip liner that I thought would pair well with these magenta lippies. So first of all, let's take a moment and clap. What's interesting about this is literally he has like 3 shades available, 4 shades available, and one of them is this like bright magenta. The other ones are like wearable shades, and then he has this bright magenta. So kudos to Patrick Ta. Much respect for these brands that are like actually offering these like nuanced shades that we want to find when we need them. Why don't more brands have magenta lip liners? Can we normalize that? Like, we have all these beautiful magenta lippies, right? So anyway, that's the one I picked up. I do have another Patrick Ta lip liner, so I have tried it. I have it in the shade She's Bold, and it's actually in my travel makeup bag right now. The reason why it's in my travel makeup bag is because of the formula. It's a push, so you don't have to actually deal with sharpening it. So given that it's handy that way, I like it for travel, so I don't have to be finessing. By the way, I tried to pick one of these up for my mom because she told me that her sharpener broke, so she needed a new one. This one was sold out throughout the entire sale, which is such a tragedy. I even turned on like my notifications, but I've been loving this Glossier one. I think it's like $7 or something, and it's so handy to keep right here on my vanity, like in this little container. First of all, it's really cute. Like, I just love the details, and it's really handy to catch all your shavings and not have to like lean over to your trash can every time. You know, I have a ton of those like little ones, but I can appreciate when brands actually like come out with like useful innovations that we like don't think that we need, and then when we get them, we cannot live without them. Something so simple and so cheap. Every single person should get this, and you will not regret it. You don't even have to get this on sale because it's so cheap. Like, just buy it regular price when it comes back in stock. I know when it comes back in stock, I'm gonna buy one for my mom because I already know she's gonna love it, and it's really handy to have. So shout out to Glossier. Shout out to Patrick Ta for having a magenta lip liner. So this one is in the shade, what's it called? She's hard to get. And period. It's the perfect name because she is hard to get. A magenta lip liner is incredibly, it's way too hard to get. Like, this is the only one in all of Sephora that was even resembled magenta. All the rest were like reds or red leaning or like a shade of red. So that was actually really surprising to me. I didn't think it was going to be that hard to find a magenta lip liner, but period. There she is in all her glory. That's it. Swiped. Miss Esquire, says Kimberly. I have the Patrick Star sharpener. It's very similar. Oh, Patrick Star has a sharpener like that, Stacy. I don't think Patrick Star is at Sephora, right? Beautylish only? I'll have to check that one out. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, in case I need like a backup, because I might need more than one of these. That's how good it is. So beautiful shade, right? And she's hard to get. So yeah, it's like this push formula. So once you push it up, you can't bring it back down. So just keep that in mind. But I actually really do like this formula. And the other one that I have, I do like it. It's like this nice rectangular shape. And I'm going to take a moment, speaking of Patrick Ta, to shout out his brow pencil, because I don't think this gets enough love, but every time I use it, I'm like, ooh, I need to use it more often. It has this like super precise little oval tip. It's waxy, but not too waxy. It's like waxy in the best way, because sometimes when I hear waxy, I get turned off because I feel like it might look unnatural or something. But this is not. It's like the perfect look at how precise these strokes are. Like, are you kidding? So it's like a vertical, really super precise tip on there. It hasn't broken on me. It's a good shade. It lasts all day. I have it in dark brown. It has a good spoolie on the other end. It's nice and precise, so it really does a good job of blending. I really don't have anything negative to say about this. I love this like rose gold packaging. And this is the Major Brow Defining Pencil. Y'all know I sing the praises of my tried and true Valentino eyebrow trio. But Valentino recently reformulated this one, and the packaging is no longer this like bright obnoxious red, which is actually easy to find in my collection, but they have now made the packaging correspond with the color inside, I believe, but it's still a trio. So one of you told me you picked it up. I want the feedback, please. But this one's like my absolute favorite because I love the brow pen side of it in particular. I've tried a lot of brow pens, y'all, and this one's the best one I have found by far. But look, and this one's nice because it's efficient, but it's also precise enough because it's a similar shape to this Patrick Ta, except the Patrick Ta one, oops, I don't want to lose the lid. The Patrick Ta one is way more precise. You see the difference? So I don't know, that could be a good or a bad thing for you. Sometimes you're in a rush and you can't be bothered to be so precise like this, and you just want to like fill in a brow and like, you know, fluff it out and go and not spend a million years on your brows, which I totally understand. In that case, go with the Valentino one. And if you want the precision, you have that little pen, which I like specifically for like the inner corner of the brow. If you use the pen all over your brow, I don't know, you might just go through it a lot faster. So that's how I recommend using it. But I love the fact that it gives you a spoolie as well. So holler if you picked up the new reformulation of this one. I picked up like a couple backups when I heard that this one was getting discontinued because I was so afraid. And that's why I have kept myself from getting 100 likes. Let's go. Thank you all for liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Love you. I love the fact that I just got up to 100 likes up on here. So those are my recommendations for brows. If you want like a powder and a brow, this Gucci one is underrated. This one, it gets the job done really fast because it's just like, you're not going to get precision with this, but sometimes you don't care. Like, you just want to fill in your brow. If you already have a good amount of brow hairs and you just want to kind of like give the illusion that they're thicker, it's literally like powder in a pencil. So it lasts a long time. It actually stays put really well. It's reliable. It has a solid spoolie on the other side. And look at the packaging. It's beautiful. Again, Gucci with their packaging, with their gold, just like details I love, and that dusty pink. So yeah, those are a couple of the brow products that I have. I have the Charlotte Tilbury ones too, which aren't bad. I do think these are also refillable, which is great, and this is more of like a teardrop shape. It's just not my absolute favorite. I actually have it in 2 different shades. natural brown and dark brown. And I actually have it over here in my pile of empties because I actually went through an entire dark brown one of these, but I think I still have the refill in it. So technically it's not an empty, but the first refill is an empty. Anyway, y'all feel my vibe. I think natural brown is a better color for me. But like I said, I don't know that it's my favorite. It's good. It's solid. I don't really have a lot of critiques about it. But, you know, when you're starting to get really nitpicky, if you're more into like getting real precise, there's a couple of like really precise ones. See, my tried and trues have always been like the Benefit ones. I've gone through a couple of these. These are great too, but not the most precise. But sometimes you don't want the most precise. Speaking of which, this Hourglass one is like, I'm really just trying to slap on a brow. I'm in a real hurry. Like, I'm going to reach for something that's thick like this and go. And this one, like always, you know, as thick as it is, you might think that it kind of gets like out of hand and messy. But I end up always having like a pretty good brow day when I use this Hourglass one. I have the Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in the shade Dark Brunette. Solid spoolie on the other side. If needed, I just clean up with a Kolinsky brush and, you know, a concealer. But that one is like when I'm in a rush. And then this Dior one is pretty solid too. The cool thing about this one is that it doesn't have like a lid that you have to be like conscious of not losing. You just twist it up, and this is like an OG. It's been around forever. It's in a lot of people's like favorites, the Dior Brow Styler. This one's kind of like a good, like, you know, not too precise, not too thick. It's solid. It has a nice spoolie on the other side. It's just kind of like, I don't know, you can, if you're not careful, you can kind of lose it, like, because it's shorter. So maybe that makes it like extra good for travel. But these like micro ones, I would say are comparable. This Huda Beauty little micro one is really good if you're really trying to get precise. And then Kosas. Kosas has their Brow Pop Nano. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Diable Freud. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And thank you for the compliments, everyone. Erdal, hello, you're great. Thank you. I really appreciate the super chat and the support to my channel. That warms my heart. I appreciate you being here and watching. I'm doing a lot for a lawyer. I do a lot. I'm very multifaceted. So this Kosas one is really precise. Look at that precise tip. Yes. Howdy from Montana, ma'am, says Richard Reynolds. Welcome. Yes. If you haven't commented, please introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from. Hello, fur children walking around in the back. Come here. Let's see if they're still being shy. Come here. See how they run away? Kaya, come here, mama. Let me see if I can grab them. Come here. Come here, Kaya. Hey. Hey. Here. That's okay. This is Kaya girl. She's my girl. She tends to be the shyest one out of all three. I have 2 boy dogs and she's my girl dog. So her name is Kaya. I named her after the Bob Marley album and song named Kaya. Isn't she so adorable with her big floppy ears? You say hi to the people? I know you're shy. And then see how Kainoa then is here because he's getting jealous that I'm holding Kaya. So now the Pomeranian comes. This guy's a little devil. He's the smallest one, but he has the biggest personality. Long story with this guy, but this one's the youngest of my 3 dogs. And he's 2 years old. He kind of fell in my lap. I already had my 2 poodles. And then, y'all, shout out to you if you've heard my Pomeranian story and how this guy came into my life. But look at his underbite. Can you even? Look at the teeth. 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 Oh, it's so, and then he has like a little heart on his forehead. So that's Kainoa. So all my dogs' names start with K. His name when I adopted him was already Kainoa, but it was spelled differently. It was spelled like Hawaiian, like it was Kainoa. And then it was like a more Polynesian way of spelling it. And then I changed it to Kynoah. Kilo. Come here, Kilo. Let's see if the third one comes. Kilo. Vente, Baba. Come. Kilo's bilingual. Come here. Oh, good boy. See, this one is my golden child. He's the eldest of the three. He's the one that I adopted in law school. He's my, let me get your little eye booger out. He's my emotional support animal. And he's a therapy dog. But honestly, he has more anxiety than I am. I got him for my anxiety and he ended up being like the most anxious dog. And I almost feel like it's my fault because I feel like my anxiety in law school stuck to him. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but like all of these dogs I consider to be rescues because of the circumstances in which I got them. But they're all my children. He is stuck to me. Like the older he gets, the more stuck to me he is. Let them see your pretty face. He's so handsome. So yeah, that's Kilo. I'm a criminal defense attorney, hence the name Kilo. Oh, Baba. So he's an older man. He's 9, sadly. Anyway. Yeah, Kainoa doesn't like when I'm holding. He doesn't like to be held, but he doesn't like me holding anybody else either. He needs to be the prima donna. So anyway, those are my 3 children. Yeah. Yes, the Pomeranian came about through my grandpa. He's such a pretty color, says Stacy. Thank you. He is, right? The small ones do always have the biggest attitude. I don't know how Kylie Jenner looks so perfect in her driver's license photos. She needs to spill her secrets, though. Everyone's favorite dog, drug dog, Kilo. Let me be your therapy boyfriend, says King Allen. Anyway. Oh, you have 3 dogs as well, Stacy? I love that. Yes. Your dog's name is Kilo too, said King. You are blessed with beauty and brain, says MAGA Mom. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so the way that I got my Pomeranian is that my grandpa, thank you so much. She's adorable, says Frenchie Mom 43. Hi Elise, happy birthday. My grandpa is a Pomeranian person. I personally was never a Pomeranian person before Kainoa. I just love poodles. Like, I like how they're hypoallergenic so they don't shed. I like how loyal they are. I like how they're just very docile. So, like, as a lawyer, I think about liabilities way too much. And, like, when I was looking for a dog breed, I, like, did a lot of research. And, I found out that, like, you know, poodles just like are very smart. They're the second smartest dog breed. They're loyal and like they're not violent. So like I didn't want a dog that I was going to be afraid of to like bite a child or something like that. So because I lived in the city at the time, I lived in downtown San Diego in law school. And so I like knew you were going to be like exposed to people on the street that might come up and like want to pet them. So like, anyway, yeah. So that's why I ended up with Kilo. He was cheap at the time, you know, I could afford him. So anyway, where was it going? Oh, and so then I ended up getting a sibling for Kilo, and hence Kaya came into the picture. And then Kaya actually helped Kilo out a lot with his anxiety. Kilo used to get the worst car sickness. And I tried, when I'm telling you, I tried everything for his car sickness and I couldn't get it to stop. Like he would just, the thought of us like packing up and getting into the car, he would already start to like drool the entire time I would be driving long distances from like school to home. I would be like hearing him barf and it would just break my heart. Like I took him to the vet and like the vet just like didn't have answers for me. I didn't want to like drug him, and even when I didn't, it wouldn't work. Anyway, I got Kaya, and interestingly enough, having that second poodle, dog sickness be gone. It immediately went away, like overnight. And that's the only thing I can attribute it to. So like, anyway, so now we say that like Kilo is my emotional support dog and Kaya is his or emotional support animal, technically. ESA. So, oh, Stacy has a Saint Bernard, and I've seen your two black Poms. Saint Bernards are such great dogs too. Very, very big difference in size there. Saint Bernards and personalities, I'm sure. Right? Double tap because you're pretty, said Albert. Thank you. Yes, if you're watching on your phone, double tap. Please don't spam the chat, but I see you, Modu. Cool story, says Black Hole. Oh wow, says Stephanie. All he needed was a companion, right? Like it was like a miracle. I kid you not when I tell you I tried everything for this dog. I tried Dramamine, ginger drops. I would buy him different like car mechanisms to like hold him up. Like, I mean, I tried it all. Nothing would work. I would put him in, because he was crate trained, so I would put the crate into the car to see if like he felt safer in the crate. I would carry him and hold him as I was driving to see if like being in my arms would help it. No, put him in the front seat, put him in the back. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. Just throwing up, barfing the entire ride. And I would have to travel sometimes, like being a student. So like, I don't know. It was just, yeah, who would have known, right? That getting a second dog would cure it. That part. He still is anxious. So what helps when he gets anxiety too, like, and it's typically when I have like a guest come over or something, or when it's like particularly loud and there's like multiple voices going on, like that's when he gets antsy. What has also helped is they have these anxiety vests for dogs that I guess the rationale is similar to like autistic children, where you put them in like a tight vest. That's what they do to them and it calms them down. It's kind of like a tight hug. And so that's worked for him as well. It like kind of immediately like soothes him. So and then the third dog, I never planned on being an owner of 3 dogs until my grandpa, being a Pomeranian person, he loves Pomeranians. That's the type of dog he has always loved. But he's picky. He wanted a female white Pomeranian puppy. So we got him one, and she unfortunately passed away. My grandparents have a home in Mexico and in West Covina, and they were traveling in Mexico, and my parents were watching the Pomeranian dog, and the Pomeranian tragically passed away. Like pure breed, you know, and as small as she was, like we just think she was sensitive. Like she might have eaten a mushroom or something in the backyard. And you know, she like just suddenly passed away. So anyway, like that was really tragic. And so when my grandpa came, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. So and let me know where you're watching from if you're new. So we wanted to get my grandpa a new Pomeranian dog. And so we like all as a family like hunted for a white female puppy Pomeranian. We were having the hardest time finding one. And then hey, from Alaska, shout out to you. You're gorgeous, girl. Eyeliner eats down. Thank you so much, Paige Carter. I actually just used eyeliner with a small detail brush and just flicked it out like a wing. Thank you. If you watched the replay, I kind of went into depth as to how I did my eye makeup look. Beautiful Latina. Oh, the only thing that I forgot to mention about my eyeshadow look is the inner corner highlight that I took from the same Natasha Denona palette. I used C1 right here for a tiny bit of an inner corner pop. And I also went in with a mixture of Y2 and P2 with this Mizuho. This is the CMP something brush that, again, made in Japan, goat and squirrel hair mix, available on the Foodie Bubble website at the link in my bio and down below. And I just swiped a little bit of that in my crease. Anyway, back to the story. So we finally were able, so my mom was able to find a white puppy Pomeranian in a neighboring city to me. And my mom lives in a different city. So she said, hey, like, if you don't mind, would we be able to do like a meetup of the Pomeranian? I'm like talking to this person on Craigslist who has a white Pomeranian female puppy. And your house is like in between both of our places. So like, could we just like meet up right there? And I was like, sure. So I facilitate the meetup. And the lady brings, see, I'm peeling right here from my chemical peel, so ignore that. The lady brings over this like adorable white Pomeranian puppy. And of course my mom purchases her. And the lady's like, there's one catch. She has a sibling and he's a boy. And I would like to sell them as a set. They kind of come in a pair as a duo. And so we were like, oh shit, like they're not going to want. So we called my grandma and we told my grandma, we were like, Grandma, we found a white puppy Pomeranian for grandpa, but like she has a sibling. Is there any way you guys would want both of them? And she's like, no way, we can't do it. Like we can only take one dog. I'm for real. Okay. I feel this pinch right here. I'm not AI. You're so gorgeous. Oh, I already read that. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you for everybody that's, you know, coming in. Please go ahead and like and subscribe. So I FaceTimed my uncle. We were like, I was calling on my family members to see. I tried to get my parents to accept the female Pomeranian dog. They didn't want the dog. They already have one dog. And I was like, dude, you guys only have one dog. I have two dogs. And my parents' house is like 10 times bigger. And their yard is way bigger than mine. So anyway, nobody else agreed to take the dog. I ended up getting stuck with Kainoa. That's how I got it. So being a lawyer, I negotiated and finessed. And I was kind of like, okay, like this was not the plan. I was not in the market for another dog. So like, if I'm going to take this dog from you, I'm going to need you to like cut the price in half. If you feel me? Like, so I am a lawyer. Yes. So yeah, I ended up getting a pretty good deal for him. One of the things that sucked me in was not only that beautiful little like heart on his forehead, the teeth that stick out. I just showed y'all his little underbite. I died. Like that was even cuter when he was a puppy, by the way. And then I graduated from Loyola Marymount University. Shout out LMU Lions. My blood is crimson and navy because I am a true Loyolan to my core. And our mascot in my alma mater in college was a lion. And something about him just like reminded me of like a little lion. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like all of that put together just, and then of course, like, just like, you know, that her wanting the siblings to be in the same family. Like you can tell this lady like really loved these Pomeranians, and she was willing to sell this dog for me for so cheap because she was like, to me, when I told her the price I'd be willing to pay, she was like, yeah, I would agree to that, like without hesitation. She's like, to me, it's not about money. It's just about the dog having like a loving home. And my mom, I still remember looking over at her face and she was just like, Like, she was so jealous that I was able to negotiate like such a good price, because pure breed Pomeranians are no joke. Like, they're expensive. They're like thousands of dollars. Okay. You right? PP Cames. Well, you didn't read the fine print. They're a duo. I know, right? Not lawyer like of me to not read the fine print. No, actually, like, she wasn't advertising them like that. That's the thing. So we didn't accept it. Thank you so much, God 365 nonstop. God bless you, Ma. Peace and blessings to your family and friends. Likewise. Makeup lady, what's up? Says QWERTY Low Bubble. What's up? Funny story, says Mega Mom. I'm glad y'all liked it. Yeah. I love seeing all your new faces. Thank you for watching and for joining this little like impromptu late night live. Please go ahead and subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. Diego, what am I doing? Well, I was actually talking about last minute Sephora recommendations, and I just did a little haul and showcased the makeup I've been picking up last minute from the Sephora sale that, if you're on the West Coast, is still going on for another 40 minutes. It's pretty much their biggest sale that they have twice a year. So it's a big deal that it's about to end. And Sephora sale season is like my favorite time of year. So I was just kind of like chilling here, hanging out with y'all, my friends, you know, having a glass of wine. What are y'all doing? Let me know what you're doing. Thank you. That's me. That makeup eats. Thank you. I have barely any makeup left. But I'm about to jump in the shower and like wash it all off because I've been wearing it all day long. Oh my gosh, Wayne Pyru. What's my opinion on Johnny Cochran? I actually read his book. He wrote like an autobiography type of memoir. And I highly recommend it. I'm blanking on what it's called right now. But I admire that man very much. He was a trailblazer in the legal field. And that's a really good question. Thank you for asking me. I admire the heck out of that man. May he rest in peace. We love us some Johnny Cochran. I am obsessed. Don't even get me started on the OJ case, y'all. How did I afford law school, Maga Mom? I am very indebted to this very day with student loans. So I can't really afford it. I'm extremely indebted in student loans. But I work in public service right now. I am about to go on my 8th year. And my plan, hopefully, if everything works out from my mouth to God's ears, is that I'm hoping to work in public service for 10 years so that the rest of my student loans get forgiven through the public student loan forgiveness program. So, yeah, thank you for asking. That's an interesting question. My parents I'm very grateful that my parents helped me out through college, but cut me off right after college. So from law school on, I have been completely on my own financially, and that's why I had to pull student loans. So I just had to do what I had to do in order to afford it. It was very expensive. I got a little bit of a scholarship that helped somewhat, but it wasn't much in the grand scheme of things, because like the cost of living in downtown San Diego was a lot too. So that all like contributed. And I chose not to live with roommates because, again, I'm very open about the fact that I have ADHD, and like I knew that I like wanted to take my studies very seriously, and living with other people would prevent me from doing that. And I actually interned in Chula Vista, Adrian. I interned for the public defender's office there. My last year of law school. I graduated a semester early, so I was in there. I was in law school for 2.5 years. You look so beautiful, says Santa. Thank you so much. QWERTY Low Bubble. Yeah, this makeup thing is kind of like a hobby / side hustle. I do make a little bit of money here and there, which is why I always say I really appreciate you if you shop through my links. And you know, like some money has started to come in now that I've monetized here on YouTube. But it's definitely like far from paying my bills. Like it's a drop in the bucket compared to like what my day job makes me. But most of us content creators aspire to be able to leave our 9 to 5s and work at this full time, because this beauty space is my passion. And I would be really happy if I could do this full time and to leave my lawyer job. I'm grateful to be where I am. I worked so hard to become a lawyer, but it's just like a constant internal battle and a thing that I struggle with on the daily basis to remind myself that I'm grateful. But it's so stressful. Like I have people's freedoms and liberties on my shoulders and in my hands, and that like really weighs on me. Like whenever I make a mistake, it's not just like a clerical error. Like it's something that can cost somebody's freedom. And so I don't know, like that's just, I don't know, that's caused a lot of like sleepless nights. And like that's why I get paid like what I get paid and stuff, and I understand that. Hey Food Days like a lady. Oh, welcome in. Elisa, right? Yes, the glass of red wine sounds like heaven right now. I just mentioned earlier that I rarely drink. Like I literally almost never drink nowadays, although I love me, and I if I could drink a glass or two of wine every night, I would. I love it. But I just don't process it well. Like the older I get, I just get like the way that my body like retains it is just not cute. So I've just avoided it for health reasons. But I don't know, tonight just kind of felt like I wanted to enjoy it. It's the last day of Sephora sale. I wanted to come up on here and chill. I'm off tomorrow for Veterans Day here in the United States. That's a federal holiday that we celebrate. Shout out to our veterans. Susan Johnson on here. She's a veteran. Thank you for your service. Let's take a moment and thank all of our vets. Very much appreciated. Especially tomorrow where Veterans Day is upon us. My brother is I can't say was a Marine, because once a Marine, always a Marine, but he's a veteran. He served in the Marine Corps, and so I understand how difficult that is, not only for, well, I don't understand how hard it is like when you're actually in the military, because I haven't been, but it takes a toll on your family members and everything, and I really felt that. My brother missed every single one of my graduations because he was always away and deployed, and so I just don't take it lightly. Okay. Vespucci, if you don't think I'm a lawyer, go ahead and Google me. My bar number is 320-913. It's a matter of public record. And so anyway, I just, yeah. Oh, you're from Whittier, California, Bryant. My aunt lives in Whittier, and that's usually where I spend the holidays, in Whittier. We go to her house for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. Holler. Just one of those nights, it's all right, says Peter. You're making me feel better about sipping my wine. Thank you. That's what my mom says too. She's like, every once in a while. So yeah. So sometimes like a random night like tonight, it's not really a particular special occasion, but I figured I'll pop open a bottle of wine. But I seriously, it's a very rare occasion that I ever drink alcohol anymore. I just don't. I don't know. I wish I could and like have it not affect me. Thank you, Sonia. You're so sweet. I'm Mexican American, y'all, for all those asking. I'm not Lebanese or Italian. Yeah. You're going to be going to Chili's tomorrow. Triple Dipper. Ooh. They having any Veterans Day specials? Do you like being a mod? Oh, my lip combo, Emojin Lucas. Yeah, if I miss any comments or questions, please feel free to repeat yourself. Sometimes I miss them. But I was using the Isabella lip liner today, and I think I paired it with a little bit of a Makeup by Mario in like a slightly warmer tone. I think I paired it with this because I use the Isabella lip liner in the shade Tonka, and then was a little too cool in shade for me. So then I paired it with a tiny bit of this Makeup by Mario Travis. You see how it's a little bit warmer? And Tonka by Isabella. I love these two lip liner formulas. They're my top favorite. I love the Huda Beauty ones too. And I did notice that she just came out with some new shades. So that's amazing. I love this formula. The Huda Beauty lip liners are great. The top spot that took the cake in my Sephora sale recommendations was the Makeup by Mario because of the brush. I love the fact that he provides a brush because I use a brush every time I do my lips. I really like to blend in that lip liner because it really gets into those lip lines. And it just makes it like look more natural to feather out the lip liners. I like these like wooden formulas more so than I like formulas that are like more waxy, like Natasha Denona, for instance. They do tend to be more long lasting, and I've talked about this before, right? Like they're creamy. I don't know why this shade is not permanent. I think this was a limited edition in the shade Natasha. It wasn't then I Need a Nude. It was part of her like dream collection, but that's a really beautiful shade. There's a corresponding lip gloss to this, which is really pretty too. But yeah, I also really like the Makeup Forever ones. These are great too. I like the wooden ones. I do have the more long-lasting formula in the Makeup Forever ones as well. But I just love me the classic wood. I like how it like blends easier. I find that the wooden ones last long enough for me. And yeah, I mean, like a Charlotte Tilbury is another example of one of that, like, you know, it's like a waxier formula. So there's a time and a place. I like the shade Foxy Brown. That's Foxy Brown from Charlotte Tilbury. But yeah, I just really like the Natasha Denona has like great shades. But sometimes they're a little too long lasting for me. Like sometimes, like what's going on right now is the inner part of my lip starts to wear off, and then I'm only left with like the super long lasting line around my lips, and then it starts to look funky. So in a way, I kind of like when everything kind of just starts to blend away evenly. So that's why I don't mind the non like super long lasting formulas. Oh, a new one that I just picked up that I'm kind of being a hypocrite about because I'm saying right now that I like tend to go for the more like wooden formula and not like the creamy longer lasting one. Is I did just pick up on Andrea Lee's recommendation another shade in the Dior one. So I have the shade Greige Attitude 303, and it's a nice shade. It kind of reminds me of this Tonka shade. You see that? It's really pretty. So Liberica, this one's Liberica by Isabella, which is really similar to Tonka. It's that cool tone. This is just like not a good spot on my hand, obviously, to showcase. These are poor swatches. But yeah. So I picked up another. This one is Max. If you have Max Stone, it's a similar vibe, that cool tone. So just as an example. But you see, I like love lip liners. I can like swatch lip liners all day. This one's MAC Cork, another classic shade. But on Andrea Lee, one of my favorite makeup artists' recommendations, she, in her Sephora sale recommendation video, recommended another shade in this Dior formula. And she sucked me in, so I picked it up. It hasn't arrived yet, but I did pick up another shade in this Dior lip liner. So I'll show you all that when it comes in. But those are some of my favorite lip liner shades. Like, clearly I have a type. I like me some, like, browns. Yeah. So, I'm 5'7". I'm amazingly gorgeous, says Lee Shepherd. Thank you. I feel judged by Catnag. Well, Catnag is my moderator, so it's kind of her job to do a little bit of judging around here. And to clap back at y'all. Yes, it's part of the Dream Collection lip kit, which is like, was limited edition, right? See, y'all, I'm wiping these off and those really long lasting formulas are not budging. But see, even these wooden, and this is dry by the way, even these wooden ones, like, they're giving me a time too, okay? So they're not here to play games either. Yeah, I have a job. Thank you. I'm a lawyer. I'm fat and gorgeous, says James Smith. I love that. I'm sure you are gorgeous. Yeah, get a new hate comment. It's not original. I'm inspiring you to get some lip filler. I have one syringe of lip filler in my lips, but honestly, ever since I was in high school, my nickname was DSL. Long before I got lip filler, I would get the accusations of having lip fillers because I have naturally kind of full lips. Um, so, hey girl, it's good to see you. How are you, Gina? Um, hey Marlene, how are you? Thanks for joining. We're just talking about some like last minute Sephora sale purchases and just kind of hanging out. I have like a glass of wine here and I'm just chilling. I just was going over some last minute purchases that I picked up from the Sephora sale. And I was curious to see if y'all are shopping because there's only like 35 minutes left and you can shop through the link in bio or in the comments or in the description of this video. So yeah, thanks for asking. So I just felt like I wanted a little bit more fullness in my lips. I have a large head and a large face. It runs in my family. Marlene, I don't know if you can relate, but I blame the Katero side, my mom's maiden side. My cousins like suffer from abnormally large heads. We can tell because I have a hard time shopping for hats that fit me. My cousin Amanda, I feel bad talking about like dropping names and naming other people that aren't watching, but like she like laughs at herself all the time for the same reason, talks about the same thing. Like it just is what it is. And so that's why I got like a little bit of lip filler. Hey Tortor, how are you? We're talking about last minute Sephora sale purchases. And curious to know if you shopped. So yeah, so I just felt like a little bit of oh, I also have very large eyes. So I just felt like it would kind of balance out my features to have just like a little bit more fullness in my lips. So that's why I got a little bit, like I would always do like overlining and like using like plumping lip products and everything too. So I knew kind of what it would look like to have a little bit more fullness. And I just didn't want to feel the need to like have to do that all the time, especially when I'm like not wearing makeup. I don't want to feel the need to always like want to overline my lips and use like a plumping lip product. I kind of want it. I'm still beautiful. Thank you. You're so sweet. Besos Tortor, you too. It's so good to see you and have you join me here. Love your content, by the way. Oh, you don't have a physical Sephora store in the Philippines? I know you're from the Philippines. I hope you can shop online. I have all my shopping was done online. So yeah. Thank y'all for being here and for joining. I'm having so much fun chilling, hanging out, talking to y'all, chatting. I've been saying I was gonna end this live like 2 hours ago, and I'm still here because y'all are just so entertaining. You have the opposite issue buying hats. You can only buy kids ones. Okay, interesting. That's really funny. So I guess we all have our struggles, right? Neither do I in Tasmania, Tor. Oh, you don't have a physical Sephora either. It's annoying having to blind buy so often. I can completely understand that. At least Sephora has like a pretty good return policy, right? We have online, but it's via Singapore. So I imagine that you might be a little bit more limited. I heard that Singapore has the coolest airport. Well, I think they just are like up on their technology game, like far ahead of us here in the United States in general. But I was like scrolling on social media the other day and I saw a glimpse of like, it was like a reel of like the inside of the airport in Singapore. And it looked like a freaking amusement park. Like, I was like, damn, it's like people would take the trip just to see that. It had like this like massive, like beautiful waterfall. I need to go to Singapore. Um, Sergeant Slippery says, really large head. Yeah, I feel like this when I'm watching you. Y'all say the darnest things. Um, yeah. Wealth successor. I pay all of my own bills, so funny that you should try me like that, but I pay for everything myself, so I don't rely on no man to pay for any of the things I talk about. I pay all my own bills. I fund my own beauty obsession, and I'm proud of that. So no shade to anybody who does rely on a man to pay for their stuff. Like, if I did have a man that could pay for all my stuff, you best believe I'd take full advantage. You best believe. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I just mentioned that I am a public defender, so I'm actually a public servant. So I wish I was in private law making the big bucks as a corporate lawyer, but nope. Is Kim Kardashian secretly Mexican, says E-Man? I think she's Armenian. But if that's your way of saying that I look like her, then I take that as a compliment. Thank you. Are you guys liking the video on YouTube and subscribe to my channel? I really appreciate it if you are. If you're watching on your phone, you can just double click to like it. Same here, everybody says on Instagram. Oh, thank you so much. I'm getting compliments on my nail color. I was admiring them when you were playing with the golden handled brushes. Thank you. This is Mooncat and the shade is called Bootlegger. I keep saying on here that Mooncat should give me an affiliate link or like pay me because it's like all I wear. But I do my own nails. These are my real nails. It's regular nail polish, but I just love it. Like, it's the most long lasting. It's fast drying. It kind of like hardens as if it is gel, but it's just regular polish. They just have really amazing like shades in their nail polish. So it's my favorite nail polish brand I've ever tried. They have the prettiest colors, and they recently had a 20% off sale. And this is one of the shades that I picked up. It's called Bootlegger. Thank you so much for the compliments on my nails. Yeah, I've actually been admiring them myself a lot. It's kind of like hard not to look at like, I'm hoping that the camera is like even doing them justice because they just have this like really gorgeous like shift like a lot of their polishes have. Y'all are funny. Y'all are sometimes just here to hate. It's okay though. Whether you're hating or complimenting, you're still here like watching and contributing to the chat, which helps my channel out. So you're welcome. You're very welcome here. And so is your freedom of speech, unless it violates the YouTube community guidelines or is spam. Oh, double A. You're so sweet. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Are you changing your nails up for the Christmas season? That's a good question. Yes. For the Christmas season tour, my favorite Mooncat nail polish shade that I am planning on probably wearing this year is the shade Pandemonium. It is such a stunning red, and it's by Mooncat too. It's a gorgeous red. Like, it's so unique. It just, Mooncat shades, like, they have this, like, uniqueness to them. And like I said, the formulas are just, like, amazing. Like, they last, but every single, like, nail polish I've ever tried, like, even, like, Chanel, Dior, like, they just, like, chip on my hands. I used to go get my nails done and paid, like, a ton for gel and acrylics. And for some reason, like, my nails just don't hold well. And Mooncat has been like the best thing. So Pandemonium by Mooncat is probably what I'm going to be wearing this season for Christmas. So I'm excited for that. Yes. Aw, yes, you know what it's like to do a public service job. Thank you for your service. Drink for that. For all you that work in public service. And like I said, our veterans, for Veterans Day tomorrow. no matter what country you're a veteran for, or if you're military, active or formal military. Shout out to our military men and women and their families. I don't take that lightly. Miranda, is the dark red metallic pandemonium? You can Google Mooncat pandemonium and it'll come up, I'm sure, on Google. It's not metallic. It just has like this, it's almost like an orangey red. I have a highlight on my Instagram. I don't have very much content on there, but it's under nails. And I was wearing that shade Pandemonium one time outside and I took a picture. And you can find actually like my hand wearing the shade Pandemonium if you check out that highlight on my Instagram profile under nails. It's a really gorgeous red. Yeah. Polish always chips on my hands too. I know, I'm the same way. On the feet, they can withstand an apocalypse. I am the literal same exact way. Elisa, try Mooncat. I put so many people onto Mooncat. Like I said, like it sounds like I have an affiliate link and I don't. They do not pay me, but I talk about them like I'm sponsored by them. My coworkers at work, like my colleagues are like Mooncat obsessed now because I've introduced them. I get compliments on my nails all the time. I like want to pull out my Mooncat collection and start to like showcase them with y'all right now. I could be here all night like talking about this stuff if y'all can already tell. And like showing y'all my favorite shades. But now I've gotten like a few of my colleagues at work like stuck on Mooncat. And I get compliments from literal judges on my nails. Like grown straight men who like the funkiest colors that I'll be wearing will be like, wow, I like your nail polish. And I'm like, thank you, Your Honor. Like you could borrow it if you'd like to borrow it. I kid you not. It's so funny. So like men and women alike, I'm just always getting compliments. And this is a fun way that I like to like express my creativity because like I said, as a lawyer, like in a very serious setting, like I can't always express my creative, you know, juices on my face with like super colorful makeup. So sometimes I like to just like express that on my hands and I feel like it's a little bit more acceptable in my career field. Please let me know when you demonstrate the nail polish. I'm interested. Okay, Gina says she's interested. Should I start to pull out my nail polish for y'all? Miranda Googled it. Mooncat and Hollow Top. If y'all want to hang tight for like a second, it's right next to me. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, so this is one of my Mooncat boxes of nail polishes. By the way, Mooncat supports cats, like charity-wise, and they have the most amazing customer service. Like their customer service is excellent. If you do place an order with Mooncat, I highly recommend making yourself an account because you can rack up points and then you can get free nail. They change their rewards colors all the time, like every month on the first of the month. And when you start to rack up points, you can shop and get free polish colors. Yeah, I know. And then I shopped the current sale for Mooncat. So like I ran out of room in this box. And so now I have even more separately that I might grab after this if we get through all this. I'll express my creative juices on my face. Okay, great. The one I wore prior to this is Poison Ivy. It's this super deep, deep, deep green. It looks almost black. Like in this bottle, it looks... So their solid colors are really great because one swipe gives you full opacity. So these are really great. They have beautiful pastel shades. And yeah, this one, like I said, is Poison Ivy. It almost has like a little blue in it. Like it's so dark that it's almost hard to tell that it's like the deepest green, actually. So this one's really cool. Poison Ivy, I just had that one on, and it was kind of like my vampy, like Halloween nail polish color that I was rocking. Mooncat sometimes comes out with these like fun limited edition collections. Like they just recently came out with Powerpuff Girls, a Powerpuff Girls collection, and look at this. This is in their flaky formula. And so they have these like really cool, like flaky, beautiful colors on the nails. Like showing them to you here like this doesn't do them justice. So these were limited edition. I don't think you can get them anymore. Yeah, you can't get these anymore. But like when you do see a limited edition collection, like every once in a while they'll come out with like a Star Wars collection or something like that. Pick them up because when they're gone, they're gone. They have very cool magnetic colors. So they give you a free magnet whenever you buy a magnetic nail polish shade. And so you can make like cool, like, I just fairly recently discovered what magnetic nail polish is, and how like the way you hold the magnet and you hover over it after you like paint your nail, it gives it like such a cool effect. You can get like a cat eye effect on it. You can get like this velvet effect. If you're on Facebook, join the Mooncat Facebook group. You can search different colors on there to see what people do with the colors and how people like showcase them on their nails. If you're wondering like what a certain like polish color will look like on like your skin tone or your nail length, you can get on like an endless time on there. Okay, so these are like also very like fall, like vampy shades. This one's called Gates of Hell, and this one's Bottled Rage. So look at how cool, like in the bottle, it just doesn't even do them justice. I haven't actually tried these two on yet, but these just were very like, I couldn't decide clearly between these two, although they're somewhat similar. Very like vampy Bordeaux. I know, right? Thank you. Stunning shades. Chanel nail polish. I haven't tried Hermes, but if Chanel chips on you and so does Hermes, then thank you, because that tells me I'm not really missing out. Like I said, I haven't never tried such a long lasting formula as these, and the price is right. They're probably like 13 to 15 bucks each. And if you shop the sales, even better. Sin Eater and Fields of Lavender. Not all of these are in the boxes, just because like as of recently I started kind of collecting the boxes, but I don't know. I'm thinking about tossing the boxes because I think they just take up more room. So Sin Eater and Fields of Lavender, they just have these gorgeous like shifts. You see that? It's almost like indie eyeshadow, where they just have like just these really unique shades. So these are kind of like darker, vampier ones that I've kind of been into recently. I like how they have like unique shades like this that turns like green to purple. This one's called Garden of Evil. Every once in a while they like discontinue shades. So this one's Euphoric. It's just like a really pretty solid like pastel pink. Let me see. Sand Viper is this gorgeous like dusty pink with like a kind of like a shimmery shift. Really pretty. They have, look at this blue. Beautiful blue. It's kind of like a dusty blue, purpley lavender shift on that one. They have this like gold one that would also be really great for the holidays. Just doing like all your nails in this like flaky gold. I'm showcasing some of my favorite nail polishes if you are just joining. They have these lovely like pearly cool ones that you can also like layer with other shades, and they're beautiful. I like this. This one's called The Stranger. It's kind of like just this cool, like, I don't know, like unique kind of like throw up green, but like I still like it. I think it's really cool and fun. What else? Mystic. That one's pretty cool. Look at how it shifts. Let's see some of these other ones. Oh, you know what they really also are great at doing? Are thermals. So they change according to the heat or cold, the temperature of your hands. They also have one that is called, I keep having to switch my charger because I'm streaming both on YouTube and Instagram on my phone and on my iPad, and like when the battery goes down on one device, I like just switch it. Look at how cool. This one's called Jewel Beetle. I bought this one for my colleague, and that was like, that got her started on Mooncat, and now she's in the rabbit hole like me. Like, look at, it's literally like a jewel beetle. How many layers do you usually apply? And okay, so that's where Mooncat really shines too, with their base coats and their top coat. They have two base coats. One is like a blue, and then one is called the Getting Even Nail Primer. So I recommend getting both. You can get them in a set, or you can buy them separately. They cost the same. This one's really cool. Cafe Sake. It's like a very deep brown. And I usually do Take Me to Your Leader. Look at that. How awesome that is. I usually like to do the two base coats and then 2 coats of color. Sometimes I can get away with 3. The cool thing is too that like if I mess up while I'm painting my nails and I smudge one, I just like make sure to layer it up pretty good and do another thick coat on top. Like that happened to this thumbnail. And look, you can't even tell. It just like evens itself out as if nothing happened. So it's like, and then like it, you know, like if you paint your own nails, you know how you try to like avoid flooding the cuticle? These make that so easy. Like I painted these myself, and look at how like they look like they're like fake because of how perfect I was able to get up really close to my cuticle but not on the cuticle. That's where they really shine too. It's just like the formula. It makes it like really easy to paint your own nails. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up with the comments, y'all. I take a little bit of Adderall on a daily basis, yeah. To help with my ADHD that I'm diagnosed with. I think you should have a box for all of the polishes in the box and ones that aren't. Okay. I think what you're experiencing space-wise box and bottle friction so polishes don't shift around. Okay. To make space for new polishes. Yes, I have like this really cool brat green. It's called Highway Glow. For the person that mentioned brat green, I was wearing Highway Glow the other day, and my supervisor commented on it, my straight male supervisor. And also a male straight judge commented on it. And even like one of my straight male colleagues commented on it, and he literally was like, I like your nails. They're like I was sitting in court, and he goes, it reminds me of like a brat green. And this one's Highway Glow. This one's the one that the judge complimented. And I was like, you can borrow it, Your Honor. They're very like, so some of them are more translucent if you buy certain formulas like this one, which is like a jelly. But then some of them are very opaque, like the solid ones. So it depends on the formula. So that's why some of them lend themselves better to toppers, and some of them are better just like as all over, or like, I mean, they're beautiful like layered on each other too. That's the cool thing about joining the Facebook group, because people get like so creative on there and like start to pair these up with each other. So you can do like a search, like if you're interested in any particular shades. You know what they also do really well is they have a glow in the dark one, and it's so, people talk about how it's the best glow in the dark formula out there. I saw this picture on the Facebook group where somebody was wearing it on their toes, and you could see it shining every single toe, like under their sock. It was just like really cool. This one's called Highway Glow. And I always get compliments on this every time I wear it. This one's like my vacation shade, like in the middle of summer. I love rocking Highway Glow. It reminds me of a tennis ball. I used to compete in tennis in high school. And I love that one. This one's Pandemonium, that red that I was saying. And I almost never wear red on my hands because I just think it's like, it's kind of like hard to get off. It's hard, you know, you have to be like really careful when you're like painting your nails because it's like an intense color. But this shade, it's the most beautiful. Isn't that so gorgeous? It does, like, the bottle doesn't even do it justice. You have to see it on. And on the Mooncat website, they do a really great job of showcasing it on people's hands. So you can get like a better feel. Okay, to gift people for the holidays, Patrick Torres, I was just talking about how I recommend the gift sets. Especially if you're shopping the Sephora sale, you have 10 minutes to place your order. You look hot, says Karan. Thank you. Yeah. So these are only like up to 15 bucks. Yeah. I'm 32. Well, I was on varsity in high school for 4 years in tennis, and we went to CIF, and I was team captain my last year. So I was not bad. I was not bad, if I do say so myself. But it's been a really long time since I've competed in tennis. So they have a solid white that's really great. This one is called Moon Dust. So this one, for instance, is like a translucent, but it just gives like it's like a topper. Like it just gives, it's literally like moon dust. It's like fairy. You know what this reminds me of? I want to grab it to show you. Moon dust is the Fenty. You like how I like make these connections in my head? Moon dust is like the epitome of Fenty's How Many Carats in a nail polish. Like, you see how that, this is what I'm trying to describe. You see that glitter? It doesn't have a base to it, but it's just like, it's literally like fairy dust. That's moon dust for you. No base, but just like very tiny little glitters. So it's a great like topper. I don't know how this like just came up as a correlation in my head, but that's just what made sense to me. Yeah. So Pandemonium is great. Like, they just, Moon Jelly is really cool too. Moon Jelly is, look at that shift. It's kind of like, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, y'all. It has like little flakies in there, and it's like a purpley, like milky, like shift. It's just really cool. Touchland gift sets. Yeah, these are a really great gift to give too. Thank you, Kat, for the reminder. Touchland gift sets. I highly recommend. These are like great stocking stuffers too. Unisex, if you feel me, you know what I mean. They have some great limited edition options right now. This one's Shroom Dum. This one's an alternative red. If I'm not wearing Pandemonium, I'll probably be rocking Shroom Dum. This one is like more flaky. It's like a fancy, glamorous, like pizza sauce in like the best way type of shade. So that's Shroom Dum. Okay, Kevin, I see you. That's an interesting take. Go off with your white paint. I know kind of who Charlie XCX is. I know that that's like an artist, but I don't really listen to that music. Why? Do I like look like them or something? She's a great topper. What? We're talking about nail polish here. Okay, don't get crazy. Look at this one. This one's called After the Rain. How gorge, right? Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that beautiful shift. Like, I mean, this is why I have such a hard time picking when I go to like pick a new nail polish color, because all of these are just so gorgeous. Green Eyed Monster is the glow in the dark one, by the way. So yeah, this one's called Your Heart's a Black Hole. I love their names too. Look at this one. Cool. That one's a really cool one for the holidays too. Your Heart's a Black Hole. It's like this vampy, deep, like red wine, like Bordeaux shade with some shimmer in there. Yes. Let me know which one your guys' favorites are. What are y'all feeling? What's the vibe? Fleur Sauvage or Fleur Savage? Fleur Sauvage. Fleur Sauvage. Because it's spelled Sauvage. Gorgeous, right? I am biased towards pink shades. Look at that beautiful. I'm hoping, do these look as beautiful on camera as they look to me? I hope so. They look even better on your fingers. Like every time I'm wearing any shade from Mooncat, I get tons of compliments. Everybody's like, I don't go a day wearing a Mooncat polish where somebody doesn't ask me what I'm wearing on my nails. Dark Horse is one of my favorites. Imagine this shade that I'm wearing right now, Bootlegger. Thank you. Wow, you have a beautiful collection. Imagine Bootlegger, the one I'm wearing on my shade right now, which is like a perfect Thanksgiving November shade, right? Like the most beautiful penny you've ever seen. Okay, but darker. Thank you, Feel Good, for the compliment. Dark Horse. In the bottle, it's not doing it justice. It's way more beautiful on your hands, like on your actual nails. It's similar vibes to what I'm wearing, except darker. But it just has this like gorgeous, like coppery green shift to it. It's hard for me to even explain it because it's just like so beautiful. Sand Viper. Oh, this one I like to rock. I'm more of a gold person than a silver person personally. So New Year's, I love rocking this one because look at it's. I'm a MF Supernova. That's what this one's called. Look at all those gold flakes. This one's the difference between this one and Fool's Gold. So I'm an MF Supernova versus Fool's Gold. Fool's Gold is chunkier. So these two together even make a great combo. But this one's perfect as a combo for the holidays. If you're more of a silver person, you can find the equivalent in silver. But yeah, there's something about my skin that just gold looks better. Yes. You can see the colorful flips? Okay, great. Yeah, because I'm like afraid that this isn't doing it justice. Poems for a Harvest Moon. This one is gorgeous. Look at the flip on this one. It's like purpley, I mean, not purple, pinky orangey. It kind of reminds me of like a neon creamsicle. Look at how gorgeous that is, right? Poems for a Harvest Moon. Don't worry if like any of these like end up being discontinued before you grab them, because Mooncat comes out with like similar shades all the time. That give kind of like similar vibes. This one's Aphrodisiac. This one's a really pretty pink. Kind of a toned down, but there's nothing basic about it. It has like a little bit of glitter in there, but it shifts kind of like pinky purple. I love these like more subtle toned down pinks. I like can't get enough of them. Clearly. I have a lot that are kind of like similar vibe, if you can't tell, because I'm biased like for like these pinky shades. I'm typically, my default if I don't know what to wear is like something pinky. This one is Treachery in the blue. This one's a thermal. And I've actually showcased, I have a series of 3 shorts on my YouTube and my Instagram that I actually painted these and posted how cool the shift is on this. So right now it looks like it's in the cold state, but when it turns warm, this turns into like a different color. It's like, it's almost like a creamy, like lavender. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's a completely different color than this one. It's warm, which is why it's cool. Like if you have long nails like me, if your body temperature is obviously like warm, the tips are going to be the cool temperature. I have Raynaud's syndrome, so I have poor circulation in my extremities. So I usually see the cold tone color on myself personally. I'm sorry to hear that, Kevin. That is sad. Oh yeah, so yeah, this one was Aphrodisiac, really gorgeous pink. This one is another thermal. It's called Sagebrush, and this one shifts between, Sagebrush is like the perfect name for it because it's like this beautiful sage, and then I think this is in the cold state, so then when it's warm it's a lighter green. So it's really cool. It's like that two-toned, depending on whether it's cold or hot temperature wise. So like when you dip your hands into, you're showering or something, it's going to change colors. Memento Mori is one of my absolute favorites. I love the name of it too. Look at Memento Mori. It's like mostly white, but it has the most gorgeous shift to it. Look at those shifts. If you see those shifts in the bottle, imagine what they look like on your nails. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. I love these like subtle shifts because they're just far from subtle. Like when you actually see them on your hands, like they're unique. They're not basic. Yes, the world is a book, and those who travel read only one page. That's St. Augustine, isn't it? Oh, are you leaving, Kat? Your last chance. Oh, good morning, everyone. Wow, we've hit midnight. Wow. It's frozen? Is it frozen for anybody else? I'm so beautiful, Michael Moody. Thank you. So yeah, I think I've showed y'all the Stolen Kiss. This one's really gorgeous too. The Stolen Kiss is beautiful. Look at this one. Okay, good. It's not frozen. Look at how the Stolen Kiss, it's one of my favorites. Look at the shifts on that baby. Look at the shifts. Gorgeous. Are y'all liking these? Please go ahead and like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel. Holler if you are a new subscriber or watching my live for the first time. Turn on your notifications so you get alerted every time I go live, like today's impromptu live. If you're watching here on YouTube, I'd love to have you join the fam. Oh, this one is called Lost Hair Polaroids. This one and Highway Glow. They just kind of remind me of like 90s shades, right? Like, aren't these so like 90s colors? Who's a 90s baby? Holler if you're a 90s baby like me. I was born in 1993. And don't y'all remember when we used to like rock jackets like this, like with these type of tones? Alicia Archer is a really great makeup reviewer and on here on YouTube, and she loves Mooncat as well. And a lot of times I see her rocking like one color on one hand and another color on another. So like these type of vibes go. This reel on Instagram is going to be incredibly long. I don't think I've ever been on an Instagram live this long, so I don't even know what Instagram's going to do when I try to upload this. So maybe it will be good for me to just like wrap this up to make sure that it gets uploaded, y'all. I don't know. Has anyone been on Instagram for like hours on end to tell me like what happens, if it can handle it or if it just like crashes? This one's called Quicksand's Embrace. Pretty cool, like dusty lavender shade. So many 90s color trends are coming back. I was a teenager in the 90s, so it's very nostalgic for me. The low-rise jeans can stay far away though. Girl, I'm with you on that. I will not touch those with a 10-foot pole. I'm going to be rocking my high-waist jeans till the moment I die. But yeah, I'm with you. Did I show? Yeah, Gates of Hell, Bottled Rage, Fields of Lavender, Sin Eater. I showed all those. Yeah. And then just like, I don't know, my other ones are stored elsewhere. So those are like my newer purchases. If y'all are liking this, I could grab those. Just to showcase like the few I have left. But oh, Boa Constrictor is really cool. Look at Boa Constrictor. So this one's like it's like a holographic. That's what this is called. So what's cool on the Mooncat website is you can search by category. So you can search for like solid colors, you can search for holographic, you can search for like collections. So if you're looking for a specific type of, so holographics, like the bottles do not do them justice until they're like on your hands, but they look exactly how they sound. It's such a cool, I mean, they just nail their holographic formulas. Mooncat does such a good job. I mean, they nail like all their formulas and everything. Like I already mentioned, their magnetics and everything. But yeah, so yeah, great for the new Wicked movie. Pink and purple and green polishes for the new Wicked movie for all that plan to do Wicked for good nails. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, no, I'm not gonna go past 12:30, Cat, for sure. I'm about to wrap this up. So yeah, that's pretty much like what I have in this box here. Like I said, I did pick up a few more shades in the most recent sale. I have it stored in a different place here in my beauty room. But I don't know, I think this live is kind of getting long enough. I'm tired. It's been such a long day. You're pretty. Thank you, Naveal Mott. My hairstyle is gorgeous, Samir. Thank you. Is everybody subscribed to my channel and did everybody hit the like button on this video? All right, y'all. I think I'm about to wrap this up. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you joined me for any portion of this live, let alone the majority of this live or all of it, like my moderator Kat, you're awesome. So I'm getting tired. Let me know if you want to see the rest of my Mooncat collection. I know I've been on for so much longer than I originally planned. So I'm happy to show y'all the rest of my Mooncat collection a different day. It's so good to see you too, Gina. Hi Ashley, I'm well, thank you. How are you? I'm wrapping this up, so feel free to watch the replay. Holler, leave me a comment if you are watching the replay. Thank you so much for shopping my links. The Sephora sale is officially over. So, yes, much love everyone. Enjoy your week. Bye.